Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Talking Madness. It's Sunday evening once again, and your boys here, me, Nathan Lewis, Aaron Davis, and Dal Richardson, are here with another episode of Talking Madness. Boys, how are we doing?
Yep, all good here. All good here. How are you, Dale?
I'm really good, mate. I'm really looking forward to the show, my friend. Yourselves? You okay? You guys all right?
I'm very
Boston.
well, thank you. I'm doing
I
very
said,
well,
are you
thank you.
guys all right?
Yes, Dal, we're all good.
Looking forward to the
Excellent.
show.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
looking forward to the show.
very much looking forward to know who the special host is.
Yes.
That's
For
going to be a
those who
good
don't
one.
know, unfortunately, we are not joined by our very own Lee this weekend.
It's a shame.
Unfortunately, he's not feeling very well, so he's not here with us tonight. But we have been told by CPW management, the people in charge, that they've got a special host to be joining us later on this evening. So that could be very interesting once again. And obviously, our main guest tonight is the machine, Emma Cross, part of the Natural Born Killers. What are we thinking about that then, guys?
I'm looking
Oh
forward to
yeah,
this.
I'm looking forward to that. Actually, Emma's got a lot to answer for, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to having some good questions for her.
Excellent, excellent. Sorry, guys, I think I was having issues with my camera screen, so I've just changed my camera over. So I do apologise any for that. Before we get on with the show, and before we obviously get on to Talking Madness, Aaron, I understand that you've got something to say and to present to the people.
Yes, I have. CPW Galaxy, as we know this week, one of our own CPW sisters, Lily.
Aaron, over to you, mate.
Yep. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
Yes, mate. Yep, over to you.
Yep. So I was saying this week, anyone on CPW Galaxy would know that our very own referee and sister, Lily, unfortunately lost her mum. It's not a good time for anybody at the moment, but to lose your mum as well is a sad time. So CPW Galaxy, everyone on Talking Madness, I hope you will maybe just for a minute have a minute silence and think about Lily at the moment and her mum. I'm going to put a picture up now, so let's just have a minute to think. Okay. Thanks very much, everybody, for that. As like I said, it's a very tough time, but to lose your mum, it's going to be even tougher. So, Lily, we're all with you. We're all behind you. We love you loads.
Yeah, our hearts are with you, Lily, and you and your family.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, sending love our way from the CPW family as well, and everyone here. So a nice one, Aaron. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Cheers,
So,
mate.
ladies and gentlemen, as said, obviously tonight we do have a special host joining us around about 8:45 this evening, and then at 9 o'clock we'll be joined by our guest, the machine, Emma Cross. Now, obviously, we do want you all to get your questions in for, first of all, Emma Cross. And obviously, once we're joined by our host, we don't know who it is. They may never be on Talking Madness before, so we might want to get some questions in for them. But please make sure our main questions, obviously, they do will be focused on our guest, the Machine Emma Cross. What are we thinking, guys? The Machine Emma Cross on the show tonight. What do you reckon is going to happen?
Wow, I think it could be. Well, she is a little bit of a little firecracker. I think, but you just don't know what she's going to do, what she's going to say, some of the stuff that I've seen her do in the Moonlight tapings that we've been doing. Some of the stuff that she's done in the ring, stuff that she's done on the outside. She just surprises me all the time. So you just don't know what you're going to get from her.
No, of course, that's
Aaron?
agreeable there.
I'm looking forward to seeing her without Morris by her side. Really, one, we're not going to get all that sickly kissing.
Yeah, agree with that.
I mean, no one wants to
question
see
is,
my
though,
Sunday dinner.
The question
No,
is,
mate, no, definitely
do we
not.
know, though? Is she on her own? Is she on her own? That is the question. For all we know, she could be joined by Morris, and we just don't know it. We know that they are a couple. They are like they look to be together at all times. Like, for all we know, that he could be there.
They are usually
Maybe.
connected at the hip, aren't they? So
Here's one for
MBK.
you. Maybe Morris is the special host.
Oh, imagine that. That would be. I think it would be Natural Born Killers Takeover or something, wouldn't it? That would be.
It would
We'll
be.
be nearly outnumbered. There'd be 3 of us and 2 of them. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, like I say, this is Talking
no
Madness
way.
on a Sunday,
Hey.
and I feel like Dow's a bit behind us or something, because
He is, isn't he?
He's coming in after we've started another conversation. Which, again, guys, obviously, it seems like we might be having some technical difficulties here, and I do apologise for any of those technical difficulties that we are having at the moment this very Sunday evening.
Nathan, I can hear you, mate.
Okay, you can hear us, Dow.
Yes.
That's fine then. Well, maybe I don't know what's going on then. But as I say, thanks for joining us once again. Obviously, you guys live on YouTube, join us. Remember to comment in the chat. Let us know you're watching, and we'll make sure we try and get you a shout out if you are watching. But also, we need to get your questions in for us. Once again, we can't do this every week without the amazing CPW Galaxy, without you guys watching us every Sunday. So please remember, though, to share and like the CPW page. Remember to share and subscribe to the CPW YouTube page. So that way we can continue bringing you these weekly episodes of us. Well, this week, us 3 talking madness and talking nonsense every week.
Which we do.
Yes.
Guys, 5 minutes into our special guest. Let's go to the YouTube channel. What's happening on there, Aaron? And let's see if anyone's got any guesses who could be the special host, and what are people thinking about having the Machine join us tonight?
There's not many questions coming for the Machine at the moment. But yes, I've obviously just said it. I reckon it's going to be Morris. And Shannon Warwood says, I have a feeling he's the special host, just so they're still together. Wes Handy?
Yep.
Wes, hope you're feeling good. I know I know the illness is hitting your house a bit at the moment. Wes says they shouldn't be together in the same house due to lockdown rules. So let's see.
Well, there you go. That is, yeah. I suppose that's technically true. Maybe that's why he's going to be the guest host, because then he'd be on the same show as her, and it'd have to be in the same room.
Maybe right, Dale. So they can still see each other.
Yeah, exactly.
What it is to be young love again.
Yes. I must see what it is.
But that's about it. There's no questions coming in at the moment, Nathan. Just like to say hello to a few people. We've got Emma Shaw online. Our mate
Hello,
Jim's online.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jim.
We've got the whole Warwood family online. So Shannon and her mum and dad.
That's great.
Ricky Hewitt.
Good to hear from you guys.
We've got Ricky Hewitt online.
Well, of course, yeah. Of course he's going to be.
We have... Sorry, Dale.
Sorry, go on, Am.
So we've got Shorty and Ethan, who's online. And obviously our very own Country Pro Wrestling's online.
As always.
Oh, okay, right.
Being watched.
Short. I'm sure Shorty's got a few things to say to Emma Cross?
Definitely.
There's going to probably be some shots fired tonight.
So maybe
Cannonballs.
I can imagine that's not going to be happening definitely. I guarantee it.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's about it.
Okay. Mystery host
Right
is
then,
here,
guys.
ladies and gentlemen.
So sorry. Okay, go on.
So it is time for the mystery host. Okay, fingers
Right.
crossed. Let's find out who it is as we invite into our beautiful family tonight the mystery host. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. I'm not sure. Mystery host did. Oh,
it's Dominic De
it's who we
Winter.
said. It's the man.
What a surprise!
Oh no!
What a shock that is!
Oh,
I don't believe it.
Got to bring some culture somehow, haven't I?
It's the man that speaks the truth, or is that what they say, I think.
Did you just say I'll bring the culture? Who else you brought with you then?
Lee. I was so tempted to put on a shower cap and get some Jack Daniels and be sucking on a vape just so you didn't feel he was missing out. It is a pleasure to see you, gentlemen. How are you?
We're all good. How are you,
Very
Mr.
good,
De Winter?
very good.
I am good. I've got some plonk and apparently some good company. And really, well, it is an absolute honour for you to have me. No, that's not right.
Well,
an
yeah,
honour to be on the show.
It's an absolute dream come true.
Oh, I'm glad.
It's an honour for us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolute dream.
I'd love to say that I've been watching the show for a long time, but I've been busy.
Well,
You've
yeah,
got
we'll
better
see
things
that.
to do on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You're watching most of your Dynasty lose matches. That's what you've been doing, really, haven't you? So.
Oh, welcome to the show.
that was a good welcome. I hope the boys are watching tonight. I hope Jimmy and Danny and James and Apollo. I don't know if Apollo's watching. I don't even know if he can actually work a computer of any kind. But I know that there's quite a few people watching tonight, and it is really nice to see so many people on the YouTube page. And really looking forward to.
We always have the. So sorry, Matt. Sorry, Dominic. We always have the exceptional one because he always wants to see if anyone can beat him at the game. So.
Well, yeah, he's got too many gifts to post as well, hasn't he?
Well, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for the interruption. I apologise.
Don't worry about it. Listen. You can interrupt me speaking as long as I can interrupt your 3 count.
We haven't done a lot of that recently either.
You, Dale, you recently put up a post about me doing a better job than you if I thought I could as a referee. Thank you.
I did, yeah.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I shall take that as an official invitation and have a word with Mr. Connors, because you never know. Might need to be a special guest referee in the near future.
If you could do a better job, mate, you give it a go.
Oh, definitely. Then we'll see who's losing from the dynasty. Anyway.
Should we leave and just let these two?
I know, yeah.
Just time we're needed.
See you in a bit.
See you later, guys. We're off.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see,
over to you, mate.
It's all right. Don't apologise. It's fine. It's hilarious. End of the day, Dale, he said he's a better referee than you, or could do the job better than you, and you're just standing up for yourself, which is all fair play. You need to stand up for yourself. So if he does ever get a chance to be a special guest referee, you have to put his money where his mouth is and see if he can do a better job than the number 1 referee. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are here.
That'll be the fun day.
That is true. As you can see, we are here joined by the man himself, Dominic De Winter, leader of the De Winter dynasty. So, obviously, get your questions in if you have any questions for Mr. De Winter. I mean, most of us probably don't have any questions for him. He's not,
no, rightly so.
The Galaxy is not your number 1 fan. Let's put it that way. So we don't know what.
Oh, they should be. They should
want to give you abuse,
especially with that new belt. especially with that
I knew
new.
that is not.
Now we've got a few minutes before Emma comes on. Let's talk about those new championship belts that have been recently announced. They are beautiful. You'll have to agree, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Right.
yes.
But we can't follow that.
Fantastic designs.
Thank you. Well, the Galaxy one itself, absolutely beautiful. And when I designed that, the one thing I'd say is people say to me, why did you do it with members of the Galaxy involved? That's because essentially when the Dynasty win it, we own you.
I like that.
Give the people what they want, then take it right back from them.
I like your optimism there, Dominic.
Oh, well, I'd love to see it round your waist, Dale. We'd have to put a couple of extra studs on it.
Oh, right. We're getting into that game. Well, I mean, I haven't said anything personal. It's just oh wow, right between the eyes that one. Thank you. Well done.
Well, if we are going to get personal, we'll have to do so in that arena behind you. I love that. Is that the old Sky Blue ground?
Oh, I'm going home. I am home, and
Ladies and
I your house,
if you are watching, if any of you know where Dal lives, can anyone get Dal some aloe vera? Because he may need some for the burns he's getting off Dominic Winter right now. Wow.
No, honestly, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I promise. I'll keep my mouth shut. I won't keep it personal because you guys are doing a fantastic job on the show, and I don't want to derail anything.
Nah, thank you, Dominic. That's nice. That's nice to hear you say that.
You are right, Dom. We have got a few minutes before we are joined by Emma Cross. So I've got a quick question for you, and it's a quick question for you then. Obviously, 2020, end of 2020 was not the best year for the Winter Dynasty. You're on about these new belts that have come into play, beautiful designs. So is your plan for 2021 then the Winter Dynasty to get gold, to have all the gold, and to be carrying the gold and the new belts?
I think it's only fair that that's the case. I mean, because 2020 hasn't been the best year for the Galaxy, for everyone, and I think it's only fair that I keep to that mandate of giving the people what they want. And the Galaxy, obviously, the best thing for them is to have champions that are worthwhile carrying the belts. And the people within the Dynasty are those people. So, yeah, and it's not a selfish thing going out to those championships. It's something for the Galaxy because, I mean, if you look at the people that are holding them right now, and by those, I just don't mean the ones held by the male members of the roster, because the Galaxy will expand.
Are you stating here that the Winter Dynasty also may be extending from having just male?
I'm saying nothing except this. I'm saying
nothing
except this. Eyes are open. Eyes are open. And your guest tonight and the women's roster within CPW has shown that it would be remiss of me to concentrate my efforts purely on managing male members of the CPW roster, because the talent in the female side of things is really shining. I think we can all agree.
Oh no, we will admit with you that there is a very strong women's division right now in CPW, the best women's division that we've ever had in CPW, in my opinion. The most amount of women we've ever had here on the roster at CPW right now. So yes, it's strong. Yes, it's powerful right now, and anything could happen. And as we're always growing, it just get bigger and better for us. Well,
if I can take what you're saying about the female side of CPW, Dale, you must agree with this as well. I mean, from what I hear at the training centre, there's new female members of the officials team being trained. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, there have been some new female referees that are going to be coming in. Obviously, Lily was our first female referee, and she did the Superstars Night 1. And hopefully, at some point in time, she will come back, because I believe she did a fantastic job for what I've seen. She did a fantastic job, and I hope that she will come back at some point. Yes, and more female referees. Definitely, we should be good, and I'll enjoy training them.
Okay, impartially, of course.
Of course.
Dominic, I've
Count
got a
to three.
question for you.
Yeah, go on.
Dominic, I've heard a rumor, you might be able to clear up, that you and Alex Connors have got a special agreement within CPW.
Audio problems. Just
Well, we can't get over these audio problems that you've got again.
technical
Try and fix them.
difficulties.
Well, it seems like Dr. Winter's got technical difficulties after that question there, Aaron. So what better way then to move on from that question and head back over to YouTube, see how they are reacting in regards to our host being here, our co-host being here, Dominic de Winter.
Yes.
Definitely. So Shannon Warwood has literally just said, does anyone actually like him or Emma Cross? So I'm thinking she's talking about you, Dominic de Winter, and as well as Emma Cross. So you've not got many fans on here, mate. You've got one.
One. Let me give it a shock. Who it might be.
Go for it,
Go
Dale.
on.
It is.
Could it be our friend, our friend, Mr. Handley?
No, it's Ricky Hewitt.
No. Oh, sorry.
Of course.
Ricky. I forgot Ricky. Yes, of course. Yeah, but he's a fan of the cross section. I'm not quite sure if it'd be Mr. de Winter, but
he knows what's best for his family across the board. He's always been there, and to be honest with you, but don't need fans for success. I mean, look at your show.
Hey, we've got fans all over the world.
Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute.
Don't
I'm
be
not
shooting
having
on our
that.
show right now, Mr.
Nathan, man, you better have him, man, because I'm not having this, man.
We can remove you from this as fast as you came in. Don't you worry about that. And that will be giving the people what they want.
We have got a question for you.
Let's get on.
So the question comes from Contra Pro Wrestling, and they want to know, how did Dominic feel about being put in the trash when he was the leader of G6?
Interesting point they said was leader of G6. I got to leave CPW with a chauffeur.
You did?
I did. Most people get to leave and thrown out the building. I got transport provided for me outside. So essentially, my exit from CPW was me kindly being placed in my own chair with wheels, wheeled to the exit, put in my own private transport and escorted from the building. Now, some may say that I was knocked out, thrown in a shopping trolley and put in the back of a van. But it depends how you look at it.
Well, actually, to follow up that, Mr. Winter, I just wanted to ask you, how did you feel at that moment before you got put in the back of the van, taking the pedigree off myself? How did that feel?
Yes, Dale.
The audio problems that I was having before aren't technical. It's actually just my ears that are blocked from the gunge from being in between your thighs.
Oh, wow.
No, do you know what? You had to do that night because you know what? Someone else didn't have a leg to stand on and couldn't do it, could they?
Hey, don't you be talking bad words about the boss, man.
Listen here,
even with one leg, you still beat you in the fight.
Okay, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see. I'd like to see him come off the sidelines because, to be honest with you, if he had a tighter grip on the power within CPW as he has on his money, then maybe Alex Connors wouldn't be in control right now.
Oh, dear me.
Dominic, you calling out the boss?
I'm not calling him out.
Dominic's here causing all sorts of trouble right now. Like, this is kind of the talking. This has gone from talking madness to talking shoot.
No. Mr. Richards is doing a great job. He's doing an absolutely great job. I've no idea what that job is at present, but he must be doing it really well.
All I know, guys,
we could say the same about you.
Wow.
I mean, we could say the same about you. If you look at it, I mean, Jimmy's so far up his own backside, he can smell what he had for last night's dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Then
he's double eating lollipops. That's what he's doing.
you've got a Mexican. Well, I don't think he's Mexican or whatever. I don't know what he is. I don't think he knows what he is. Walking around like he's some kind of Nacho Libre.
Mm.
You've got James Cross, who looks like an extra from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And then you've got Dingo that I don't think he can tell you what his name is, let alone tell you what the time is.
Is it Dingo or Danny?
Danny Dingo, Dongo, Bongo, whatever, Hongo.
Doherty, what is it?
And then we've got you that I think you're still a bit shaken up from when you got thrown in the back of that van. And I know you wasn't conscious because
You were driving it.
And I've seen the photos.
You were driving it.
I heard he did bang his head on the way into the van.
Yeah,
as well.
some numpty pushed me into the back of the van.
Just think you'd have knocked some sense into him, but clearly not.
Listen, you can say what you want about the dynasty. We've got tag team champions. We've got former heavyweight champions. We've got a person who got inside Will Starr's head. Now, I'm about giving opportunities, much like CPW. And Aaron, you've got to be about giving opportunities because you are getting so many at the moment.
Oh,
wow! Can I just say ex-tag team champions?
You can do.
I was going to put that in, but I'll let you do it.
Let's just put that there.
So you just talked about how you've got such a strong team in the
potential
or potential. Okay, we'll quotation it or whatever you want to do. But let's go back to one of your old groups, G6. Country Pro Wrestling is vast online. Who, in your opinion, was the best member that you had in G6?
Me.
You. Oh, okay.
No, to be honest with you, the person who had the most impact in G6, other than the boys that became Nightmare X, who are true bloods and loyal all the way through, the moment that person had impact was when George dropped Will Starr. No one expected that. And that was huge. And at that point, when you've got someone that people loved so much and they found the right path and followed under my wing, that's a big success. That's a big success for me.
Okay.
However, yeah, I think George, I'd like to see Kevin Isaacs back. I'd like to see him. He was a good locker room leader for the boys. But it was a team effort.
No, they're all good answers.
He also lost the CPW Heavyweight Championship under your management as well, didn't he, Don?
Yeah, but he also gained it under my management.
Yeah, he lost.
He lost. So essentially, I'm regarded as not having management skills unless someone maintains that championship forever.
And the Dales, yeah.
Okay.
Dales,
yes. At least a specific amount of time, Didn't know.
Because by that token, I would have had to have managed Will Starr when he held the lineal championship, because that was forever.
No, because you probably would have lost that if we did.
Maybe I should have managed him.
Yeah, we never know what happened. Maybe you're a jinx. We don't know. Maybe it's just unlucky that the guys you've managed have won titles or lost titles. Who knows?
I don't know.
It's not.
Sorry, before we go on, Nathan, can I just? I'd love to see a match of Dominic De Winter versus Dale Richards. So I want to see that
inside the CPW prison.
Yeah,
Dale's already had his hands on me a few times, and just I don't want to manage you for time, but we are at 9 o'clock and supposed to be welcoming your guest, aren't we?
This is what I was about to say. So it's 9 o'clock, and our guest should be joining us any minute now. And well, I say any minute now, literally right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is our guest for this evening. She is the machine. She is one half of the Natural Born Killers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Emma Cross. I don't know if I want to clap. Shall I clap? Yeah, I'll clap, I guess.
Welcome. One of them ones.
Welcome, Emma. Hello, Emma Cross.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello, Emma.
So, good news. Doesn't look like you have Morris with you.
Nope, I'm all on my own.
Oh, we can see that.
Celebration time, guys.
What's the bad news then?
I mean, bad news is I reckon we're going to have a business deal between Dominic Winter and Emma Cross by the time this show finishes.
No. Unlike you, I don't air my dirty laundry in public. So, no, you carry on.
Emma, thank you for joining us.
You've been airing a lot of it on the Galaxy page, to be fair, but okay, carry on.
Emma, thank you for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here. We know you're not afraid to say what's on your mind. We know you're not afraid to speak some words of truth, shall we say. But no, obviously 2020, we saw the introduction of the Natural Born Killers, the power team of you and Morris. And we know you've got a lot of things to say. So what I want to do is obviously go over to Aaron and see what's happening on YouTube. We've got any questions for Emma straight away? Or Emma, have you got anything you want to get off your chest straight away? Because I know you like to say things.
No, I'll just wait for all the questions and then I'll answer to them and see what people have got to say to me.
Okay.
Righty then. Let's get on with it then. So, first question. Good evening, Emma. First of all, I'll say good evening to you.
Hello.
Richard Warwood wants to know, why does Emma Cross have to get involved in matches? Is that the only way they can win?
I just get involved because I want to. And no, if Morris wants to go into the match on his own, he could easily do it on his own. So he doesn't have to have me there to win. He's very capable of winning on his own. And the people he goes against is easy stuff. So yeah.
I like her.
You like anybody there.
You like anyone that the fans don't like, really.
I know. Okay, Emma, quickly moving on. Wes Hanley wants to know, Morris or James, who's better?
Well, I can't really choose because at the end of the day, James is still my family and Morris is my part of, like, he's just part of me now. So I can't choose between them both. So I'm going to have to pick both of them. I can't pick one of them.
So basically, you're bottling it on this one, Emma. I apologise, but
Dale's in there straight away with the shots.
I
apologise for Dale. Listen, I apologise for Dale myself. He's uncouth.
Morris is part of me, so
I think that's lovely.
No,
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's a nice answer. It's a good answer. Like you say,
anyone got a violin?
Why did you do violin, mate? I don't have a violin, I'm afraid. You know, like you said, Emma, you came in luckily with family already in CPW, so you had a support there, and like I say, obviously you've teamed with James on numerous occasions, but obviously now you've got Morris, who is family, is part of you, as you say. So my question is though, really, like, who on that question, like, obviously who's better? Who do you prefer to share the ring with then? Let's change the question slightly.
Okay. I prefer to share the ring with Morris. I feel like it's easier to work with currently, and Jamie's doing well on his own. He's got the group he's in to work with, and he's doing well with himself. So I'm happy working with Morris.
I think you find out that recently he hasn't been doing so well, but I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean.
Oh, right. Can I ask Emma a question?
Of course you can.
James Cross,
Thank you,
what
Emma.
talking about.
Emma, I know that with anyone that's involved in wrestling, passion is huge. Now, I saw recently on one of the shows, yourself and Morris came out through the curtain. There was a look shared between you before you slid into the ring, and you just handed out a huge beating to everyone. What is it that within the world of wrestling that has made you and Morris so well connected? What is it you think brought you together?
I'm not sure. Like, it's just we just know each other and we know our ways around it and we know what we have to do and we'll get it done. So that's just how we connected.
Is it just that though? Because I see a lot of enjoyment in your eyes when he's dishing out pain, and I see a lot of enjoyment in his eyes when you are. There's something more than just getting the job done, isn't there?
Well, that remains a secret.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Mm.
Good answer.
Oh,
So let's move on to a next question. Cov Pro Wrestling wants to know, why do the NBK have to snog all the time?
Because we do. That's just us showing that the MBK are there, and it cringes people out, and they have to deal with the MBK. So
Natural born kisses.
There we go. That's good. That, yes.
Is that what it stands for now? We found out. It's really a natural born kid. It's not natural born killers. Is that the answer? Just trying to hide it, make it more aggressive.
Well, also the other reason is they can. I mean, you look at the two of them, they're not as ugly as most of the people within Cov Pro Wrestling, so they've actually found love.
Is that why no one snogs you, Dom?
Ask Dingo.
I don't want to ask Dingo. No, I do not want to ask Dingo that question.
No, not really.
Wow.
If you ever have Dingo on as a guest, we may ask him that question. But until
Certainly not before the watershed.
Definitely not asking that question to Dingo, because I don't really want to know that information. Obviously, Dominic, we were talking to yourself. Obviously, we were joined by our guest tonight, but we do have you as a co-host / guest as well. So there was some information going. Obviously, you made some comments earlier about the boss himself, Mr. Richards, and now obviously, Country Wrestling have come back saying Mr. Richards remembers having to finish off what Dom failed to do. If shit goes down, call the boss as usual. Yeah, Dom. Mr. Richards ended all of Dom's factions. Soon to come, Dom. So, I mean, you say these things about the boss and everything, but you know, in all fairness, you know, he's the one that's ended more of your factions and every time. I mean, what do you say to that in regards to those points that are being made?
Okay. When you give the people what they want, and that amount of people want young Philip, it takes someone like me to gain the strength and gain the power to wake him from his slumber. So me being around and poking that bear eventually gives the people what they want. Because without people like me, he'd be snoozy time, all the time. And I've been too quiet for a while, and so's he. But at the moment, it's not about him. Yes, he has put an end to most of my endeavours. But you've got to remember, I ran the company quite well for some time. There's a mutual respect there and a little bit of fear.
From you, yeah, I don't think from him.
I mean, you say there's a little bit of fear, but I mean, we go back to the history of all your factions, and like they say, they've always folded. They've never managed to successfully complete their tasks. That may be down to your management, or maybe down to the members that you've had involved who've imploded or not been strong enough to carry the weight on their shoulders that you put on them probably, which links me to a question asked by Wes. Who do you think was the weakest member of G6? And maybe, I'm just asking this of myself, was probably the reason why you failed, apart from the fact that Mr. Richards shut you down?
G6 were never G6. They were never G6. There was only when we formed that we were actually G6. Every time that there was a show, it was G5, G4. And there's a man that everyone seems to love to come back and every now and again. Ask Kieran Young.
So you're blaming Kieran Young? You're blaming Kieran Young?
I'm blaming him due to his absence. Never there.
So he was the reason why you folded.
When you give people an opportunity and they throw it in your face and never turn up, that's what happened. I'll be completely honest with you. But moving away from me, because you've got a special guest here.
I mean, I know we've got a special guest, and we are going to move back to Emma too soon. But obviously, you came onto our show, and the first thing you've done on the show tonight, as our host and as our guest, is obviously make some shots and call some shots over at the boss. Who obviously, without the boss, we don't have a show. So I just want to clear the air and make sure we get all the.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes of my time. I'm going to give you 2 minutes of my time on this subject, and then I'm going to give you 2 minutes of my time on this subject. Mr. Richards and I have gone backwards and forwards all this time, right? We've gone backwards and forwards. There's no love lost between us, but there's always been respect in our battles. And do you know why we won't have to battle again? Because the time has arrived when Mr. Richards and I were friends and we were supping back a beer after a show. We said, one day we won't have to do this. One day we won't have to be battling each other constantly. And you know what? It's happened, because there is a roster being trained at CPW training that old farts like me won't need to do this much longer. And he won't need to keep on coming out of retirement, because the CPW roster is strong enough that we won't need to have our battles. And hopefully people like Emma Cross and all the boys in the De Winter Dynasty and everyone coming out from Next Gen training will take that mantle. So there's no reason for me and Mr. Richards to air our dirty laundry, because CPW is strong without us.
No, and that's a fair point. I mean, like you say, I can't disagree with the words you said there about the training academy, the future of the company, and everything like that. But I will mention one thing then, and we'll move back to our guest then. Obviously, you mentioned about how he wouldn't have to come out of retirement again or anything like that. But he did come out of retirement to help you finish the job off with Tom Lindsay, because you couldn't get the job done, though, which, again, you on about how you're Mr. Management, you're Mr. Manager and everything like that. But then when you were managing and you had the issues with Tom Lindsay, you needed the real boss to come in and help you. Is that correct?
When you say get the job done, what do you mean by get the job done?
I mean,
defend my family. I did that. I stood up. I hadn't had training. I stood in the middle of a ring and I got a butt whooping by Tom Lindsay, but I stood up for what I believed in. And at that night, I think you'll find that night you could have looked out in that crowd and the Handleys, the Bushes, everyone else was holding signs, anti-WASP, pro-me. It took me one match to give the people what they want. And half of you can't do that in your entire careers.
No, I mean, I'm not here to question
but
it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, and Mr. Richards had to take the spotlight from me by coming out and so-called saving me. That was my night.
I mean, yeah, it was meant to be your night, but it had to be saved, unfortunately. And that's what he did. He saved the evening. He saved the night. He saved you from being destroyed by Tom Lindsay, shall we say, which is, end of the day, what he had to do there and then. We'll come back. What we'll do later on, Dom, we will obviously come back. We will discuss the match you had, because I like to get your insight from someone who, like you said, went into that match with not much experience, with zero experience, and having to go defend what was right for yourself. So later on tonight, we will come back to your match specifically, get your views on how it was being in that ring for that match. But obviously, back to Emma. Obviously, you've joined us here tonight on Sunday evening. Aaron, what other questions we got on YouTube for Emma Cross this evening, please?
Yeah, Emma, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure, because I don't know. I was about to leave then. Don't know if you were going to join me. That was all. So Wes Hanley wants to know, how hard was it to go from being a fan to being the main event in CPW?
It is hard. It's scary because seeing other people do these matches as a fan, it's like something you wouldn't expect, and then doing it is very different. But the opportunities that I get, I'm so thankful for, and going into a main event match is just amazing, and it was just so good. but it is scary as well.
But you handle it so well, Emma. And that's me giving you a compliment. Actually, I know, like, I don't do them very often, but you know, watching you come in from the start to where you are now, it's been really good. No, not really good, but like watching you grow to this person you are now, it's amazing. So that's my compliment for the night. You won't get another one from me.
Thank you.
So, you know, I don't hand them out.
It's credit to her commitment, Aaron, mate. Credit to her commitment to her training. So she has just developed and keep pushing every time, and she keeps getting better every match she does.
I've seen you backstage quite a bit, Emma, after matches. And I have to say, sometimes you're your own worst critic, aren't you? Would you say you're very critical of your own performance when you're in a match?
Yes, definitely.
Is there anyone within the CPW family that you go, other than the obvious, is there anyone you say you go to for that kind of advice? And is it someone within the female roster or anyone that you go to when you've had a bad match? Not that I've seen you have one.
If I have to go to one, I will probably go to Will, because he will like tell me if I've done it wrong or right, and like not to get upset if I've done it wrong, like take it as a learning curve. And like a lot of the people out back will sit and support you even if you've like messed up or anything like that. And they tell me like they've messed up and they take it as a learning curve. And like definitely going to Phil helps me a lot, because I learn a lot from what he says. Like he helps me out a load, and like it's helped me a lot with my confidence going into matches as well. So
Would you
Phil's
recommend the
definitely
CPW
anyone as well.
Superstars program? Would you recommend the CPW Superstars program?
Definitely. That honestly, that has built my confidence. If that wasn't a thing and you just had to go into it, I wouldn't be where I am now with wrestling.
But like you say, you obviously, like you said earlier, obviously the question was obviously coming from a fan, so obviously being a wrestler. And like you said, obviously that was through the Superstars show, and obviously seeing other people that you know go through that process first of all has been a big help for you, and allowed you to obviously grow and get more confidence and like the Superstars project. What was obviously the biggest shock to you then, coming from being a fan and going into the wrestling into the wrestling world, and having that kind of impact on you on you as a person?
Like just like what shocked me most is like having like where I've got where I am now. Like I didn't expect it. Like I just thought, oh, I'll do this match and like that'll be it. But I've just got so much more confident, and like I can go out there and be pleased with myself and won't put myself down for it. And it's just shocked me how one thing can just help you so much.
Good confidence is what you need. Confidence is the key, I guess. And without the confidence, like you say, it helps you keep going further forward. Aaron, obviously, let's continue. What else we got going on the YouTube?
Yeah, so we're back onto the old YouTube. It's going crazy. I'll get down to that bit in a minute. I was going to try and get through the questions, and let's get to there's a lot of shots being fired on here at the moment. It's crazy, but let's get with the questions. Shannon Warwood wants to know, why did Emma say people who go in the match with her will get teared, but Carrie beat her?
I believe she might have said they got tiered, and she was referring to COVID.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, but this, I mean, like I say, this was asked last week, I think. This came up in last week's show about, or previously about Carrie beating Emma. So I think it's about time Emma got a chance to answer.
Carrie got lucky on that match. I have beat her before, and she's easy, and she's not someone that I've got my eye on. I've got my eye on bigger and better people at the moment. She got very lucky that day.
Ooh.
Did you take your eye off the ball for that game then? That match, do you think, Emma? Did you take your eye off the ball a little bit? Not fully focused.
She got me very unexpected. She rolled me up and got the 1-2-3. So it was very unexpected.
Yeah, and obviously sometimes luck is all you need in this industry. A bit of luck can go a long way. But you said there you've got your eyes on bigger things, higher up. I'm guessing higher up people. Can we get any ideas of any clues from you right now of who they might be, or what your plan is, or are you keeping those cards close to your chest?
I've got my eye on quite a few people, and I'd love to go against Chantal again. It was amazing to step in the ring with her, and I'd love to redo that. So she is one of my main people.
That was a fantastic match, by the way. I remember that match fully, and it was a great match to be involved in, I must say.
No, I'll completely agree with you, Dale. Like you say, you're still very early on match, and obviously to step in there is someone like Chantel Jordan with the experience that she's had. You stood your ground. You kept your own, and you put up a very good fight. And again, obviously, unfortunately, you came up short. But for someone who was so new, you put up a good fight there, I'd say. And I think Dominic might agree here. Watching that match back, it's very impressive of the ability you've shown in the ring at such an early start of your career.
It showed a great deal of respect every time that she stepped into the ring, not just for the CPW, but for, and I hate using this term, the business. And that's the one thing I can say about Emma is the fact that whether it be through Morris, Phil, Will, or whoever, or even if it's ingrained in her own passion, the one thing I see in her is a passion for wrestling. And so many people lose that and then disappear up their own backsides. I don't think that will ever happen to Emma. I don't think she's one of these people that will take what she can from CPW, hop over the wall and cut her ties. I think she knows where her bread's buttered, and that's with a fan base that, although they might not like her, they sure as hell love her.
Good.
No,
I agree with you there, Dom.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Aaron, on that one. Like you say, the cross section, as they're referred to at the show, have always backed their own. They go against the grain.
Yep, they do.
Just like the members of their family. So we can't disagree with the fact that happens. But I guess that I've got a question for you, because I guess that when obviously we get back to the live shows, we've had the live shows beforehand. I guess that helps a little bit for yourself then, Emma, because you're not necessarily actually being hated by everyone out there. You've got some support and some love. I'm guessing that helps your confidence and helps you in the ring at a live show more, knowing that there are a group of people that are supporting you.
Yeah, it definitely does help. But when I go out to wrestle on live shows, it's like I don't see the crowd. I'll go out there and focus on my opponent, and so it doesn't really affect me too much, but it does help my confidence in a way as well.
No, fair. Obviously, like Dom said a minute ago, you're someone that's focused, and you just said it there. You focus on your opponent, you're going for the kill, you're there for the victory at all times. So no, I commend that, and staying focused is important. Aaron, we got any other questions for Emma at the moment?
We have, my friend. So let's crack on again. Coventry Pro Wrestling wants to know: do you think it's being a role model whacking people with a kosh?
Like I said, I've got to do what I've got to do, and if that means hitting people with a kosh, then I've got to do it. And if the younger girls look up to me for that, then that's them. But I just go out and do what I've got to do.
I get that. It's business, and the day your job is there to get a win. Obviously we all know that there's the ranking tables at CPW, and obviously the higher the ranking tables you are, the more likely you are to get the CPW gold. And that goes for you and Morris. You know, the higher he's up, the better for him. The higher you're up, the better for you. So I get that.
Nathan, if I may just interject, you talk about the ranking within CPW. Now, as well as each individual championship, you've got to look at the fact that there's the power rankings within CPW. And if you look back in history, there was 2 people who held high up on the power rankings within CPW, and that was Dan Evans and Natalie Wild. They were a power couple. Correct. I believe that's what we're seeing at the moment. We're seeing a reinvention of the power couple, and I believe they're going to be taking that step up that power ranking.
And just a younger version than Dom. That's what you mean, yeah?
I think they'll be more successful. Yeah, but yeah, I can see them following in those footsteps and exceeding what Dan Evans and Natalie Wild did as well.
That'd be a hell of a feat. Hell of a feat.
I agree with you on this one, Dom. I would agree on you. I agree. Power couple is what they are, and it's what they're going to continue to be. And I get that. It's business. Business is business at the end of the day. But the question is, obviously, a role model. Do you the role model side of things, having the young girls in the crowd watching that kind of behaviour, do you think that's acceptable though, Emma?
Yeah, because I don't care what they think, and at the end of the day, it's violence, and that's what I love. So,
wow, right. So get into it. So basically, is it the violent side of things that you actually? That's the reason why you want to do it, because you really want to go out and hurt somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
That's Emma Cross. I can see Emma Cross right there. That's Emma Cross.
You only just noticed we've got Emma Cross on.
Yeah, that's Emma Cross.
Yeah.
Dominic, have you only just noticed we've got Emma Cross on?
I thought it was Lee.
Sorry. Yeah.
But if you noticed that Emma Cross has got hair, might be a giveaway, mate.
And more potential.
Oh.
Right. We've got more questions. Let's
love it.
Nathan,
let's get back to YouTube. Let's get back to YouTube, Aaron,
mate. Carry on.
Yes. So Wes has said you can only pick one, Emma. You as the female champion, and Morris leaves forever, or Morris as the champion and you never wrestle again.
A brutal question from Wes.
That is awesome.
That is.
I would have to say, my camera's gone. There we go. I would have to say Morris is the champion and I'll never wrestle again, because Morris has got so much potential and he's been doing this for so long, and he's come so far from what I've heard from when he first started, and I'll be there to support him, even if that means I couldn't ever wrestle again. So
you sacrifice your career for Morris. That's basically what you're saying, your wrestling career.
MVK stick together. So
she didn't say that. She said she wouldn't wrestle. She didn't say she wouldn't fight.
I just asked her if she'd sacrifice a wrestling career. That's what I said, Dominic.
Oh, there's a strong bond there. Really strong bond.
What, between you and Dale? Yeah, I can feel it too.
I mean,
Taylor's oldest time.
I mean, that's. I weren't sure where that answer was going to go. I thought she might have done the same thing as earlier and just tried to avoid the question and gone down like a neutral path. But she's made an answer, and it's a fair answer, like you say. Morris is young. Morris got a lot of potential. But again, with Dale, it's an interesting one where it's like you'd sacrifice your own career for his achievements, which is commendable. I respect that. You when you're in love with someone, you want to see them succeed in all they do. So I appreciate that and respect that. But do you not think that you would want to have that women's championship though? Is that not something you want or would want to be?
It definitely is something I would definitely want, but like I just seeing how like far Morris has come. It's just I would love him to carry on with that, and it's his dream at the end of the day. He wants to do this as like a job, and it's his life. So.
Oh, I'm choked. That snowman choked me. That has.
Well, get yourself some tissue, Dom. You can get off your seat and go get yourself some.
Get yourself a proper cam. Get yourself in angle. I can't see you, Dale.
Can't you?
No. It's perfect.
Unfortunately, I've got to see you though.
Okay. I just want to expand on that question for Emma. Do you think? Do you think he'd do the same?
Oh,
wow. Funny you should say that. Funny you say that, because Morris is actually online watching now. So, Morris, if you're watching, Emma has said she'll sacrifice her career for you. Would you do the same? Put it on the YouTube page, and I'll give you the answer when it comes up, guys.
But waiting for Emma's answer on that one. What does Emma think?
I would like to think he would do the same, because MBK stick together and it's just how it is. But at the end of the day, it's his dream. So, but I'd like to hope he would
sacrifice his wrestling career for you.
I'd like to say that, but I don't think he would.
You have to put things in such a horrible way, Dale.
It's his life at the end
of the day. It's a fact, though, isn't it?
I mean, Dale's not got a point there. It is literally like that is the question.
Yeah, but I mean, you look in her eyes. She's got a fantastic career in management outside of wrestling as well. She could still be in his corner, and she would be the reason that he would have that success, because I don't believe he'd be able to do it without her.
Well, I did say wrestling career, though, Matt.
Yeah.
Dominic, yeah, that's what I said.
Well, yeah. Listen, if I offer you a wrestling match, I'm not talking about me and you managing each other into submission. They're two separate things.
Well, you're guaranteed to lose that as well.
Oh.
No, I agree with you, Dom. There, yeah, you've got a point. They say there's nothing stopping him from being at his side and helping him still. I agree with you. We'll wait and see what Morris's answer is to that question. It will be interesting. Aaron, what else we got? Anything?
Yeah.
What else we going? Let's keep going.
So, Wes Hanley with his regular question of the week. Coming from the Galaxy, what makes it such great fan base?
The support they give everyone is just amazing, and especially through the lockdown, with like getting like the fans on the live shows and pay-per-views and stuff like that, and literally our fan base couldn't be any better, and having fans from all over the world is just amazing. So the support is just the best from our fans.
No, we again every week this question comes up, and every week we can never disagree with the guests. You know, the answer's always the same. What about you as well, Dom? What would you say? I mean, unless you're going to be different because you are the man of controversy, shall we say? What do you think makes the Galaxy such a great fan base?
The fact that for 50% of their time, they're asleep. You can guarantee that at some point they're going to shut up and go to sleep. But if I'm honest about it, it's the fact that they're there. Just looking online at the moment, I was talking to the boys in the Dynasty the other day and joking about the fact there are so many promotions out there publicising events in the States, and they're starting to do so in the UK, of upcoming shows saying, oh, it's the big return, the big comeback, rising from the ashes. CPW haven't gone anywhere. We don't need a comeback. 33 shows in 1 month. No, not 1 month, obviously, during lockdown. And that has been, 33 shows in 1 month.
I mean,
that's like two a day.
I'm not gonna lie. If someone challenged the boss to do that, he'd make it happen.
Yeah, he would do. He's booking it right now.
If you want to work them,
I'm not going to lie, it's going to be very difficult to do 33 shows, especially in February.
Give it a go.
That isn't done without a need. That isn't done just for the sake of putting wrestling shows out there. That's done because there are people out there, and I believe people like Emma are responsible for this being the case, that there's new people coming into CPW interested and wanting that content and wanting to see the CPW, not just wrestling, shows like this. They're wanting to connect. That isn't happening elsewhere. And that's because there's a family atmosphere, not just behind the scenes, but there's this whole feeling that we're all in the same boat together. Some people like Aaron are hacking at the hull with a hammer. Some people are rowing like I am.
Sorry, say that again. You were boring me a little bit there. I just turned off.
I noticed you fell asleep.
Yeah, it's your voice.
It is a bit irritating, isn't it, Aaron?
I mean,
Irritating you can get cream for. You can't get cream for Dom.
Unfortunately not, mate.
I apologise, my co-hosts, as always, aren't listening to you, Dom, but I'm paying attention and listening, and I appreciate the words you're saying. I agree with you on this occasion.
Okay. Nathan, let's expand on what's been asked about what makes the fan base. We've got someone on here, and we're in a really great position here, who was a fan before they were a star. Emma, what was your opinion of CPW from a fan's perspective before you came to CPW Superstars?
Like I said before, the fans, it was just amazing to come to like because I was never into wrestling, and coming to a first show and seeing the fans and how like they just cheer and boo and everything, and just like so committed to like these wrestlers. It's just amazing to see.
So you weren't a wrestling fan before you came to CPW?
No, I got into it, but when I came to watch Jamie on his first fight.
That is fantastic. That is how you get new fans into the business, and that's what WWE, AEW, they're failing to do, and CPW are doing what they fail to do.
We're always bringing new fans, Dom.
Exactly.
And I think this has been something that's been discussed quite a few times, that not all our fans are necessarily were wrestling fans before they came to a CPW show.
No, definitely not, mate.
You know, they just wanted, you know, they came for a night out, from some kind of entertainment, and then they're hooked. Which again is commiseration to the boys and girls that go out there and put on the shows every week. But also, I think it has something to do with the Galaxy. The Galaxy is so warming and welcoming, and that also
it's sickening.
And when to you, but when you're somewhat maybe, you know, going to a new situation, you're like, I'm not sure what to expect from this, and you see the interaction, you see how enjoyable everyone is. You're like, well, obviously this is obviously something that people enjoy. It's obviously a good thing. And it makes them want to come back, wants to see more. And like you say, it makes these new fans. We mentioned a minute ago, Emma, you mentioned about obviously the international fan base that we have managed to obtain through the lockdown, people watching our pay-per-views around the world, our shows around the world. How did that make you feel when you first found out that people watching you and others are from around the world, but also how did that make you want to go out there and keep improving and keep working more and more to know that we're getting a bigger and bigger fan base globally?
It was kind of nerve-wracking at first, because it's like people from around the world are like watching, and you don't I didn't expect it to happen, and then it makes me like just want to get out there and wrestle, because like these people are watching, and like I've had a message off a person saying how well I've been doing and that he's been watching and all this, and like it's just so good to hear, because it's just like you don't expect this sort of thing, and it's just like just makes me feel so good about myself that people think good of me and are proud that I'm doing this sort of thing. So it's good. I'm happy that we are having fans from all over.
No, great answer.
Fantastic.
Well,
answer.
it's also, I think it's also credit to everybody's work in the ring, especially yourself, because I mean, if you've got people from outside the CPW galaxy as well as actually the ones that are there, giving you a message to say how well you're doing, just shows on how well your performances have been to draw them in to the great galaxy that we have.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, again, like I say, the
You see-
galaxy is something that's different. Dom, what about yourself then? How did you react? How did you feel when you first saw this news and this information come to you that more and more people are watching us, knowing that you're someone that's obviously not always a fan's number one person?
Obviously, as well as doing the CPW work, I do the design work, and it was the same feeling as when I got my first international client. Someone came to me from Canada, and it turned out to be a member of the Hart family. And I didn't realize that just your passion for something that you think is local can so quickly become global that you are under the microscope and you feel like a very small fish in a big pond. And with CPW, to find out, I mean, I was to hear that Niall Fairchild had got someone from the States buying his merch. Wow. Just amazing. But I'll tell you this, although I'm surprised how far it's gone, the only thing I'm truly surprised about is the fact it hasn't happened sooner. Because the one thing I will say about the CPW team and the media team is that the fact that this streaming and recording and whatever has gone out, it's no surprise to me that people from around the globe are watching it. Because people are hungry for wrestling at the moment, and they're hungry for wrestling with stories. And that's what CPW do.
Well, you said it yourself, though, Malcolm, when different... sorry, Dom.
That's all right. I think we can get past that right now. I think we can get past that.
I said when you talked about different promotions that have just shut down and not entertaining their fans like they should do in the UK and abroad. So it just shows, because if you actually put the effort in and continue to entertain your fans, whatever's going on, as CPW have done, you get your awards at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. There's three mainstays that I will stay back on. If you're not training up youth, then I'm not interested. If you're not doing 15 shows a year, you're not a promotion. And if you are not helping the community, you are not a promotion, because it is our responsibility at CPW. I believe the C in CPW stands for community. And that's why I keep on coming back to the place, because we've got people like Emma Cross, who's now a guest on a wrestling podcast talking about international stardom.
Yeah, yep. And you're exactly right. And obviously you're on about there, Dom, you're on about, a promotion putting on shows all the time, keeping active with shows. If you don't do a certain amount of shows a week, then you're not a real promotion. You're just a pop-up promotion, as they call them. Talking about shows, I've got some news about this week. CPW is back on your screens this coming Thursday with a Next Gen Wrestling Moonlight episode 13, featuring your favourite CPW stars, and can be purchased for only $7.99.
What?
The CPW pay-per-view box office is now open, and you can get the link to book it in the chat box to the right, so on YouTube, or on the official website, www.companyprowrestling.co.uk. Like you just said, we're not stopping. We don't stop.
No, we don't, mate. Nathan. We'll always carry on, mate.
End of the day, Nathan, they when they even tried to stop us by telling us we can't, do it inside, what do we do?
Boss takes on the busies.
No, mate. We take it outside.
That's what I said, take it outside.
Which what happened in the summer.
Yeah, that's true.
we
there
end
you
up
go,
in a
guys.
scrapyard.
Again, there you go, Dom.
Absolutely.
Another show. We're not stopping. New Year's here. Another show.
No way.
And
Always pushing forward.
Exciting.
Ain't no
times
stopping
ahead.
me.
You know, ain't no stopping anyone.
No.
But
So-
we were talking about obviously, you know, the difference between being a fan and a wrestler and everything. And obviously, we've mentioned role model as well. So obviously, when you're a fan, there would have been girls wrestling and women wrestling on the show that you would have looked up to, maybe that you would have seen perform in the ring that would have been role models for yourself. So obviously, encourage you to want to get in the ring. So, Country Pro Wrestling asked them, how important was it for you, Emma, to have Lucy as someone to look up to as you grew? And did you feel that you can step in? And do you feel that you can step into those lioness footprints that Lucy made in CPW?
Yeah, I found it like I was glad that I had someone to look up to, and Lucy was someone good to look up to. It was kind of like when you see someone and you're like, I want to do the same sort of thing that like in the future, but like I want to be myself as well. So seeing all the other girls as well, like outsiders and all that coming as well, is just amazing to see. And it's just seeing so many different ones. But Lucy, I would definitely like to take over with CPW. And
Ooh.
Take the baton from her, because, like you say, Lucy set some fantastic records in CPW. So, Emma, do you believe that you have the ability to surpass that effort and them records that she set and do better than that?
I could
Do you
easily
believe?
do it. It's not a challenge for me.
There you go. There you go.
So you say it's not a
Wow, there you
challenge for you. So say it's not a challenge for you. I want to ask you this, though. I don't want to ask you this. The Country Pro Wrestling wants to ask you this. While we're on the subject of females wrestling, how does Emma feel about Shorty being one match away from becoming the new CPW Women's Champion?
At the end of the day, I'm proud of Shorty. She started at the same time as me, and we started this journey like together. And, like we've done so many matches, but if she wins that championship, I will come for it, and I will beat
Good
her.
girl.
She was an easy target. I've beat her many times, and I will take that gold if she gets it.
So
Emma,
you're
Let me say this
saying,
Sorry.
sorry, Dominic. So you're saying that it would be easier to take the championship from Shorty than it would from Chantal Jordan?
Hell yes.
I won't ask you.
I'd take it off any of them. Chantal is a challenge, but I would easily try and take it off both of them if whoever had it.
Let me tell you this, Emma. This is about logistics. Chantal Jordan and Shorty. If this lockdown ensues, that means, and Shorty wins, that means that the CPW Championship is back in Coventry. It's closer to home. There are more opportunities for someone like you to get it. And therefore, we're not going to have someone out in the sticks of Birmingham with the six-fingered friends holding on to a Coventry Championship. We'll have someone that you regard as being an easy shot. It's close to home. That's where you go, the logistics of it. So, yeah, you cheer on Shorty. Fair play to you.
And I agree with you there. Like you say, Dominic, the belt is coming home. It's back with someone who's in Coventry. But again, I like the fact that you mentioned there, Emma, that obviously you and Shorty started at the same time. So there's been a rivalry there. We've seen it before on shows. There's been a back and forth. There's a tally chart of who's had wins against who. And yes, she is one match away now from being the women's champion. And if she does win that belt, it's easier. It becomes something you can go for more on more occasions. Easier because she lives in Coventry. So, with regards to Shorty and that rivalry, what got that started? What has been the reason why that you and Shorty have always been at each other's throats and never seen eye to eye inside the actual ring?
It was just how her attitude was, and just the way she was, I just disliked, and I like violence, like I've already said. So if you disrespect me, then I'm coming for you. So I went for her, and
I mean, Emma, was it a little bit of maybe a little bit of jealousy? I mean, there was rumours that she was in conversations now and again with Morris. So did you find her as a little bit of a threat to you?
What are you doing, Dale?
He's got a point.
Dale's found this pot in the kitchen. He's just stirring it.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
Remain secret. Well, at the end of the day, I beat her, and that's all that needs to be said. That's it.
Carrie beat you.
Do you think, just out of curiosity, then, do you think the rivalry comes from the fact as well that obviously Lucia Lee was one of was the first female to do Superstars project. She went on to be women's champion. She's done many great achievements at the company. Do you think that comes into play with you two as a rivalry as well, because you both started on the Superstars project, and it's like whichever one of you gets the gold first, or whichever one of you gets the becomes better first and higher at first, is the person that will be the one carrying on from or step in the shoes of Lucy?
At the end of the day, I don't really care. I will go for whoever, and in my eyes, they're all pussies, and I'll smash every single one of them in the face. So whoever's got the gold or not, I will come from and I will destroy them.
So 2021, Emma, you're setting your sights on CPW gold. Then basically, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, my sights are on anyone that steps in my way, I will destroy.
And you keep mentioning that you like to just beat people up and you enjoy the satisfaction of hurting people. So how did you feel when you were brutally destroying Taco? We've had that question from one of them, from Simon Morris. How did you feel brutally beating and destroying Taco then? Because obviously it sounds like you enjoy it. So I want to know, how did you feel about that, knowing that that was someone who's part of Morris's family that you destroyed, to beat up and destroy?
Honestly, it was the best feeling ever. And like Morris said, that isn't his family. I'm his family. So it's just the way it is. So beating him up was absolutely amazing. And it's just so much joy to absolutely batter someone.
Well, it looked like you enjoyed it. I mean, I was standing there watching you doing it, and you look like you actually really enjoyed hurting somebody, which is, yeah.
Which is what, Dale? Which is what?
I don't know. It's not so that's the greatest thing in the world, but there you go.
Emma,
enjoying hurting people.
Emma, you just said there that Taco's not Morris's family. You are. If there comes a point where James Cross gets in the way of Morris, let's say, because not being funny, I've seen you and Morris in the ring. You take on anyone, and you're not afraid to beat anyone. Let's say James Cross gets into the crossfire. What would you do then?
That's an interesting question.
I know James wouldn't get in the way, and he's got his eyes on bigger people, like, for example, Mr. Richards, and he's just waiting for, obviously, his new knees as his excuse he uses. So once Mr. Richards is back, James Cross has got his eyes on him.
So you're saying that James Cross is waiting for the boss man to get back
when he's come
this
back.
This has not been discussed.
Bad knees.
I mean, Mr. De Winter, you might want to elaborate on this.
I might not.
Well, I mean, Emma's just broke it. It's breaking news. James Cross wants Mr. Richards.
The De Winter dynasty have been given a goal. They go after gold, and it's only a matter of time before Mr. Richards feels jealous enough of anyone carrying gold to step out of retirement, and take it from them. as he usually does. But until he does that, James Cross knows his place, and James Cross won't bring that thunder down on us. But even if he does, as you say, there is a relationship. Sorry, the audio issues are starting again. Yeah, they've gone again. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, it's funny you just say that, Dominic, because not only is Emma Cross brought that forward, but her uncle Ricky's already mentioned about James Cross ending Mr. Richards' career once and for all. And Commentary Pro Wrestling has came back with these words: I promise you, I'm going to beat that boy so bad, and I'll be doing it right in front of the Cross's eyes. So I think if you are in contact with James Cross, which I hope you are because you manage him, that he might want to be getting ready for a beatdown from the boss man when he comes back, by the looks of it.
It certainly sounds like it.
Listen to me. That man, Mr. Richards, will not step into that ring in front of cameras. He will step into that ring in front of a live crowd, if he ever does. And when that happens, that's money. And if James Cross can poke the bear like I used to poke the bear and bring that man back, everyone wins.
So basically you're saying Mr. Richards is a target then? When he returns, he is a target for the De Winter Dynasty.
The Galaxy clap for him.
So it's a target.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Wow. Dale, the moment that they actually start clapping for you, you're a target too.
Oh, right. Is that right?
The only person on this podcast that's safe is Aaron.
Why me?
Because they ain't ever going to clap for you, boy.
What about Emma? She's our guest.
She don't know, but the fact is she doesn't care whether they clap. Everyone else is so heartfelt by the Galaxy.
I mean, I find it interesting, like you say, that, you know, obviously James Cross has got Mr. Richards on his hit list, and obviously Emma here is saying that his target is Mr. Richards. Ricky's saying his target is Mr. Richards. You're making out that he is probably a target as well.
He's not a target. He's not even worth my breath.
Has no one ever... My point is on this, obviously, Mr. Richards himself will fight his own battles and stand up for himself, and and doesn't need anyone else to stand up for him or fight his battles for him. But has no one ever learned from the previous lessons of what's happened to people that have called out Mr. Richards or gone to war with Mr. Richards or been in a fight with Mr. Richards? Like, they don't come out the same, and they're in for a fight and in for a war. Do you really think, Emma, you can answer this question as well, and Mr. De Winter, you can answer the question as well. Do you really think James Cross really wants to get into that fight with Mr. Richards? Do you really think he wants to go toe-to-toe with someone who is as dangerous as him?
I'd say yes, because at the end of the day, Mr. Richards is probably easy work for him. So when Mr. Richards stops using the excuse of bad knees and all this and actually steps into the ring with Jamie, we'll then see, won't we?
I mean, it's an interesting answer. Sorry.
Okay, back in the day, Nathan, and everyone on here. Back in the day, you could go after Mr. Richards and say, "Oh yeah, no, he's an easy target," and you can call out his knees, and you can call out whatever. People who go after Mr. Richards are making a name for themselves because he'll make you famous.
Agreed.
If you can go toe to toe with him, you can answer this, and anyone else that on this podcast and in the roster that says if they've gone after the big man, they have been respected if they survived.
But my point is it's not just about making a name for yourself, because there's a fair point. Go make your name for yourself and call out the boss and call out Mr. Richards and have that fight with him and go toe-to-toe with him, become famous because of him. But you're still not the same person. You don't wrestle the same again. Your body is not the same afterwards. And like last time I checked, okay, he's won some matches in a tag team. When I've seen James Cross done solo matches and have a solo career, you know, Commentary Pro Wrestling has said it here as well. Maybe he should focus on winning some matches, because single-wise, I don't see James Cross win too many single matches. And if you're going to go for a fight with Mr. Richards, you want to be on at least a winning streak to have that confidence to go into that fight. I mean, I think out of everyone here, I know what it's like to get in the ring with someone, with Mr. Richards. And
Emma, let me ask you a question. Let me ask Emma a question right now. Emma, who would win in between a fight between Morris, Will Starr, a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Mr. Richards?
Definitely Morris.
Definitely Morris. Why is that?
Because Morris can beat anyone that's put in front of him.
And also, the other two are
answer.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
The fact is, and this isn't an insult to Mr. Richards, the fact is he's probably as annoyed as everyone else that people calling him out. And my question isn't to Mr. Richards, it's to the rest of the galaxy, and it's to the rest of the roster. Why aren't you being called out? Why is he being called out? Why is he being called out to make a name for himself? Why is there no one else on the roster that is holding that mantle, that main event status? Why are people still having to go for him when everyone else should be working hard enough and they should be the top dog?
Because James Cross knows he can't beat. James Cross knows he probably can't beat the people at the top. And so he thinks Mr. Richards is an easy target. And therefore he thinks by calling him out, he can look good and look like a famous person. Can he go on the record and say,
so you're saying Mr. Richards is weak and an easy target?
No,
well
I'm
done,
not.
Nathan.
I'm
Good
not
point.
saying that. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that James Cross thinks he's an easy
Cross
target.
is thinking that, and that's why he's calling him out, because he can't. He wants to. If he wants to go against the people at the top, he can call out people at the top. But he seems like he wants to make a name for himself by calling out someone who will make him famous. But he will also, Mr. Richards will also beat him to a pulp in the process of doing that. Because
my point is this, though. My point is that I'm trying to make, why is it only Mr. Richards that can make people famous? Why is there no one else that can do what he can do?
Okay, let me put this to you then, Dom.
Yeah.
Who would you rather fight? Santino Marella, or Ric Flair?
It would definitely be Ric Flair, and I understand the point you're making. I understand your point you're making. I don't think you understand is the fact that it has been that long. I've been in CPW for many years, and every main event that's happening, every time that someone's got to make a name for themselves, Mr. Richards has got to be part of the picture. That isn't his fault. No one's working hard enough to be the main event guy.
No.
I think it's
not
that.
that.
Once you're the king, you're the king. And
that's it.
And
it's like in football.
You go after the king.
Nathan, it's like being in a football. Yeah. Who's the best ever player?
Well, everyone's got a different opinion.
That's up to debate.
No. Listen. Who's the best player? You'd say Pele, wouldn't you? Pele's not played for years. So why is he still the best player? Because he left that imprint on the football, yeah, the blueprint that everyone has to go by, yeah. Mr. Rich has done the same, yeah. He has left that imprint, that blueprint within CPW that everyone wants to remodel that blueprint. And how are you going to remodel that blueprint? You've got to beat the top person. So you got your Noah Fairchild, yeah, who's killing it in the CPW at the moment, yeah. I mean, trust me, I've been on the end of Noah Fairchild. You've got Will Starr, okay. Oh no, Dom, you're going to say about Will Starr? I'm not really bothered. But you know what I mean? You got these boys, these are the top boys, yeah. But who's the top of the top, yeah? And that's Mr. Richards, yeah. So if you want to make a blueprint and change everything, you have got to beat him. And that's why they're calling him out, Dominic. It's not because there's no one there to fill that standard he's there. You know what I mean? Because he will say there's people that will be probably better than him, he may say. But like I'm saying, if you want to change things and be that top dog, you have to beat the person who is the top dog of all of it, and that is Mr. Richards. And that's why, Dominic, he had to help you.
Of course.
Become relevant.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I mean,
100%.
And then what you're famous for is being chucked in the back of a van and
Well,
pedigreed by me.
maybe we don't know the answer, and maybe we won't know the answer until we get James Cross on here, maybe, and ask James Cross himself directly. Is there a reason more behind the fact? And he's calling out Mr. Richards. We maybe not get the answer until we have him on the show. Who knows?
But
maybe this next week or in a couple of weeks' time, we may have him on the show to find out these answers.
But Nathan, he's not the only one on YouTube that's calling out Mr. Richards tonight.
No?
No.
Is he not?
Well, let's
Morris
get on there,
is also-
Lauren.
Morris is also calling out Mr. Richards.
Oh, they're all at it.
They're all at it. See, all trying to make names themselves now.
They are.
Hold on.
Anyway,
Morris is one of the only people I know to have hit their finisher on the big man.
but it didn't keep him down.
Didn't
Definitely
beat him,
Richards
though.
will always come back.
Nothing's going to keep that man down.
Definitely wrong there. Definitely wrong there. I know a couple of other people that have hit their finishes on.
Okay, let me finish my sentence. On their damn birthday.
Okay. Yeah, he's the only one who got to hit him on his birthday. We'll give you that one. But again, Morris, you know, he's young, he's up and coming, and he wants to get to the top as quick as possible. And one way of doing that, again, calling out the king, make a name for yourself.
That's it.
Emma, let's go to you then. Obviously, as you've been told now, your man is calling out the king himself. Do you think that's a wise idea? I mean, actually, I don't even need to ask that question. You've always said that, yes, he'd back him in a fight, he would beat him. Do you know why Morris is saying that he's on his hit list, or is that just because Morris is trying to get rid of all the people that were friends and family in the past? You know, he got rid of, Taco and that relationship. He got rid of the wrestling, he ended the relationship with the wrestling mafia. They were part of family as well. So is Mr. Richards sort of like the last one of the target, the totem pole target that is, I need to get rid of him so I can focus on the future?
Like everyone's saying, he's the king of the jungle. So Morris is going to go for him. So, and like I've said, Morris will absolutely destroy him. It's easy work. So
You think Morris will take that crown?
he could easily do it.
Wow. Right.
We're going to spend all night talking about Mr. Richards, because if
No.
that's going to be the case, I am done.
Well,
No,
we will move
really?
on. We will move on.
Really?
We will move
We've got-
on.
We've got fun games to come as well, Dominic de Winter. Do not worry.
We're not
Well,
finished.
I've got pictures of Area 51 to show as well.
Have you?
I don't want to see
Really?
your. I don't want to see you. in
That's,
those
that's
photos.
not what I call it.
Yeah. This is it.
Okay.
You know, we still don't want to see none of it.
No, we won't continue talking on it. And I get your point, Dom. I get where you're coming from. You don't like talking about someone who's better than you. I can appreciate that matter. We'll slowly move on from it.
Yeah, we understand that.
But I have a question then for you, Emma. Obviously, you're talking then about Morris becoming the king and everything like that. Obviously, you've been in the business now for a little while now, and obviously for the last year or so, obviously you've been by Morris's side, who obviously has helped you to learn and progress, and you're always learning from Morris. How influential then was being in this with Morris helped you in life?
Are you there?
Nath?
He just went really slow
Lucy,
motion,
you've
didn't he?
You've completely
Did you
lagged
see him
out.
go slow motion?
Nath, you gotta finish your question, mate.
He went.
Sorry, I think I just broke.
Do you know, like in a film when they slow it down? Like,
No,
Yeah.
the trouble is that wasn't his camera. That was actually him.
I think I just.
Oh, was it?
I had to fill the petrol tank went low.
Is that what it was?
Sorry. I don't know where I
Go
got to
again,
the
then.
question there because I can't obviously see it myself. Sorry.
Take
I was
take two.
asked-
He
Take
went
two.
slower than you counting to 3, Dale.
Oh wow.
Can't be as slow as seeing you lose championships, though.
So I want to get onto these points then. So you've learned. How have you learned a lot, and how's it helped you in the ring being with Morris and that partnership?
It has definitely helped me a lot, and like it just like taught me to like basically eyes on the opponent and focus, and it's helped me with my confidence in that ring, and basically don't listen to idiots, and we need to get the job done, sort of thing. So yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest obstacle during your training? Something that you've come across and gone, oh, that you've had to work the hardest at to overcome from the moment you started training to where you are now?
It would have to be my confidence. When I started, I literally would be so nervous to do anything, and I even got to points where like I didn't want to do it because I was too scared. And then now, like sometimes, yeah, okay, it can be a bit like, okay, I'm a bit nervous, but my confidence now is just like, just go and do it. And
because Morris has been through the same kind of thing as you have. Do you think there's a connection there because of wrestling helping him like it has done you?
could be, but with everyone, like they're so supportive towards you, and that helps it all. And it's literally like a family, as they say. So it does help a lot.
So you talk about obviously training side of things, and we've talked about you doing the Superstars project. So Shannon asked earlier on in the evening, is there anyone currently in Superstars project or the young superstars themselves who you feel are a threat coming up, or who impress you in training, who are coming out of that Superstars project now, or one of the youngsters?
Well, I can easily say definitely not her. She's irrelevant. So just put that one out there.
There you go.
Um,
Wow, there you go.
I'm really
Bam.
liking the look of how Naomi's doing. So I'd love to step in the ring with her. And she is very cocky when she's on commentary. So I'd love to destroy her.
Okay,
Yes,
so that brings
you
us on to Aaron. I'm sorry if I'm taking some of your stuff away from you tonight.
No, I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, go on then. You say it then.
So Comms Pro Wrestling wants to know, let's address the elephant in the room. Does Emma feel she can beat Shannon the Cannon?
Easily. That is light work. But like I said, she is irrelevant. I've got my eyes on bigger and better people. And yeah, so if I had to step in that ring with her, it would be easy where I would destroy her in seconds.
She's a starter before the main course.
Definitely.
Wow.
Need a warm-up.
And again, experience obviously does go a long way, and you have got more experience. So I can understand where you're coming from. But again, she's called Shannon the Cannon for a reason. She's willing to put up a fight. She made a good point earlier, and I want to see what you say to this then. Obviously, we're talking about everyone going after the king to become relevant or to make a name so they go after the king then. So who is that, in your opinion, on the women's side, on the women's roster?
I believe the word is queen.
Well, yeah, I know the word's queen, thank you. But if Mr. Richards is the king and he's the one that everyone goes after to become relevant, to make a name for him, who, in your opinion, is that in the women's side and the women's roster? Who is the one woman that you know you have to beat or go against to make yourself, to make relevant or to become the next queen?
Well, I would have said Lucy, but she's gone. And I was the next person there. So I could kind of say I don't have to beat anyone.
You're saying you're the queen, not the likes of Natalie Wilde, who've been in the CPW for many years, or the OG.
Natalie hasn't been seen in how long?
She's got a
Ooh,
point.
there you go.
She's
Yes,
been
got a
on
point.
Girl,
this
you're
one, though.
talking my language.
Okay, I mean, she hasn't. Again, I'm going to say another name that hasn't been for ages, but one of the originals, Lizzie. You know, in my opinion, if you want to become, you know, the top female, you've got to beat one of them two, and especially Natalie. She's a Hall of Famer. She's
Well
the original
deserved.
power couple. Lizzie obviously created the CPW women's division. She made the women's division what it is today. Without Lizzie there,
Her and Nadia, of course, Nadia Sapphire.
and Nadia as well. Nadia's in that list of women that could be the queen, who you have to beat. So you say
Athena?
them. Athena was one of the original.
Hold
the
on one
original
second.
female trainee.
I've got money right here. Money.
Okay.
Emma, there was someone a while ago that held the title of Queen of the Jungle.
Oh yeah. There is a queen.
Now
of the
that is something to aim for.
Wow, I'm not quite sure if the Queen's around anymore.
Make a big enough noise and they will appear.
Yeah, no one's seen the queen of the unofficial queen of the jungle, shall we say, for some time.
Good while.
They're definitely in the closet somewhere. Just saying. But
Well,
do you not
listen,
think
Dave.
then, Emma. Yeah.
Nathan, listen.
Yes.
I know this is great, but I think there's quite a few things on the YouTube that we need to get to. Aaron, you want to get some stuff off the YouTube, mate?
Yeah, so obviously we asked a question earlier, didn't we? What Morris would do in the same situation about his career. And he has actually come back to us, and I've just been waiting, listening, obviously, biding my time. And Morris has wants us all to tell us all, everyone on Talking Madness, of course, I'd sacrifice my career for Emma Cross. But as you know, we are the natural born killers. We'll destroy you all use and take over CPW and BK. So there's the answer we were looking for, really, guys, wasn't it, on that one? Dominic,
next.
CPW, I am getting to your questions. I am getting to them. There's loads in here, but there was one for Dominic when I was just flicking through.
Oh, of course, there's going to be.
It was from our champion, Morgan Black. And
has he won cup?
He has. He wants to know, Mr. Winter, when are you going to let Jimmy Vice wrestle him?
When am I going to allow it? When am I going to allow it?
Wow, you seem to be the man who holds them back, I'd say.
Is he going to put the belt on the line?
Wow.
You ask him that.
You've asked him. You've just asked him.
Yeah,
don't forget you're live.
I'm sure he'll be happy to put the championship on the line. He always defends the Galaxy.
No. Not the one that's currently on his wall. The new one.
Well,
yeah, I'm sure.
Is he willing to turn up to CPW and the first night that he holds that new championship, relinquish it to Jimmy Vice and do it into Dynasty?
Well, Jimmy's got to beat him. Won't be relinquishing anything.
Okay. Emma, because I guarantee you this, if you have a word with your man and make sure he's around, first person that will get a shot is Morris. If we get that.
Right.
Wow, that's
right.
It's a brave.
So you're saying if Jimmy Vice beats Morgan Bratt for the Galaxy Championship, Morris will get the next shot. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Oh, however long that takes. But it's not up to me, is it? It's up to our new esteemed leader and the one person who is actually running CPW the way it should be, Mr. Alex Connors.
Your friend.
I wouldn't call it a friendship. I'd call it an acquaintance.
Oh,
okay. I wouldn't call it a friendship, because it's a term you might not understand.
Oh, is that right?
Who might
not with you
understand?
anyway.
Anyway, back to questions.
No, just before that, who might not understand? Are you talking to all of us, or are you talking to
Dale, specific.
Okay,
You-
I just wanted to get that out of the way. I've got a question here, and it was from Shannon, but you know, I don't want to stoke the fire as it already is.
is she firing shots?
She wants to know, Emma, why do you and the MBK think that the CPW fans love you?
We don't, honestly, we don't give a shit what the CPW fans think.
Oh, she
We
swore.
only care about each other and care about what's in front of us and what we've got to deal with.
She swore. Oh,
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling
Wow.
your mum.
Well,
I'm
it's
telling your
after
mum.
10 o'clock. We'll let her off.
That's absolutely the goal set, and that's why they're going to be successful. I cared for that so long about what the Galaxy thought. I cared what you thought, Dale. I cared what everyone else thought. Even when I came back, I was trying to do the right thing. Nah, Emma, you're bang on target there. You and Morris just head for the highest you can. You're doing great.
See, we mentioned Emma. We mentioned Naomi, aka Naomi on Demand. She's
Oh, on
online.
demand.
She's watching us as always.
Hey, Naomi.
Hopefully, she's not got the screwdriver in her hand, because that worries me.
Let's hope not.
Contrary Wrestling wants to know, Emma, how much of a threat is Naomi to your plans to dominate?
She isn't a threat at all. In my eyes, she's just another piece just to go through. So, just another
Right.
starter piece, I guess.
So, you know, I mean, I know there's been a bit of to and fro in, like you're saying, she's on commentary and you say she's giving it some. And I do know, I've seen it as well, the to and fro in. Do you think that's something that's going to be thrown down soon? Emma Cross versus Naomi on Demand?
On demand.
Definitely.
On the woman as well.
And how would you see that one ending?
She'd be destroyed, just like Taco was.
Ooh,
But then to destroy Taco, it took 2 of years. So
It
you
did.
saying that Morris is going to help you destroy Naomi, or will you be able to do it on yourself?
I see the eyes of a booker in yours.
Myself.
She'd be able to do it herself.
Well, no, I'm sorry. You talked over then. Sorry, Dominic.
Sorry,
I heard
I
your
see
voice.
the eyes of a booker in your eyes right now.
Who?
I see the eyes of someone booking a match.
Me?
Yeah, you, Aaron.
Don't you on about? Don't know what you're on
Naomi,
about.
Taco, Morris, Emma.
Wow. I'm thinking, you know, because wherever you find Emma Cross, you find Morris. Simple. Yeah. Now, I know the last time Emma Cross and Morris was out together, what happened was a certain shorty ended up pulling you back because you were trying to interfere. Now, I'm more worried that if Naomi's going to get into the ring with you, is Morris going to try and interfere to help you? So, like you're saying, Dominic, will we need someone to keep an eye on Morris? Or can you do it by yourself, Emma?
I could easily take Naomi on by myself, but we'll just have to see what happens, won't we?
I'd buy that match for $1.
Wow, that's, I mean, the last time you went in a match, I believe, with Carrie, and there was no interference. What happened there?
She got lucky. She got very lucky. She beat me, but it won't be the end.
Maybe Naomi will have to watch some of your old matches, maybe, to work you out and see what your weaknesses are. If you have any weaknesses, that is. I mean, you're a cross. I mean, crosses don't have many weaknesses except for the height.
Height isn't always a weakness. Sometimes it's a good thing in matches.
It is if you're at the back of the crowd. That's why the Cross family all sit at the front.
The smaller they are, the
You're
closer they are to
you're
hitting
just
you in
as
the knackers,
intelligent as
Aaron.
most of like other people, so you can just quiet down. Honestly.
Okay,
Well,
we'll move on.
You don't have to
I've-
listen to this from him, Emma. You do not have to listen to this. If you want to move, you're the special guest. You move on. You tell him to move on to a different question, and he has to. You're the special guest.
She certainly is. Let's get back up with the YouTube then, Aaron, shall we?
So, Commentary Pro Wrestling, Emma wants to know, what has Emma found the most difficult when it comes to learning her craft?
It's probably just like the challenges that are in front of me and working my way around it and how to get through it. That probably would be my biggest thing. But then once I find a way, it's easy.
I mean, because I mean, you were a fan first of all. What was your expectations coming into it? So as a fan, so you saying, I believe did you say you weren't a wrestling fan before you come to watch?
No, I
James?
wasn't.
So what was your expectations on that first day when you come into the training session? What was your expectations to be?
I expected it to be hard, and I didn't expect myself to do it, but I pushed through it and I did it. So
I've got to be honest with you, Emma. There's times in my life when I've been wrong, and everyone else should be surprised by that. But there are times, and I remember standing next to a certain Mr. Richards and thinking to myself on your first training session, she got it. She got it. And he looked at me and he went, idiot, she's got it. And I was wrong. And I was wrong. And I wouldn't say it's come everything from inside you, but the whole family atmosphere, it's just created this whole different person. And that's what I see you overcoming isn't just the problems that come from everything you face. It's problems from inside you. Problems that you just go, you know what, I haven't got to worry about this. Because sometimes you look at the people that you face in the wrestling ring and just go, you know what, they're just another Shannon, or they're just another this, or they're just another Shorty. I can overcome that. Proud of you. Proud of you.
I think
Belief in her abilities, I think you'd call that, Dom. Belief in her abilities.
I'll call it what I want to call it, Dale. You call it what you want to call it.
Just going on from that, Dominic, as well. I suppose what Emma, it was coming into CPW when you did. The spotlight was on Lucy at the time, being the lioness, leading the examples. Did you find it hard being, like, I don't say it's the wrong way, in her shadows? And how did you overcome moving out of her shadows to, being you and showing the fans, look, they might be Lucy, but I am Emma Cross and I'm going to do something better? How did you overcome that?
A really good question.
well, I looked at it as like I want to be better than her, and I always had that in my head. So when I have it in my head, I just go for it and just push myself to do that, and that's how I did it. And then I just became myself and did it my own way.
Yeah, I mean, because I've seen you in the training center, and I've got to give you so much respect, because you push yourself and push yourself and push yourself. And even when I've been there, and you've come out of the training, like out of the ring, you're like, I just can't do this. And then you just get back in there again and you push it and push it and push it. If you were to give advice for the up and coming young lioness cubs, what would it be?
Don't give up. The amount of times that I've wanted to give up but I haven't is the biggest thing. Like, even like, I know that a lot of younger ones can be quite scared, And it is scary, and like, don't overthink it as well. Just go in there and do it. I know it's hard, but it's a lot easier when you just go in there and do it, and just don't give up. Even if you can't get it, just try and try again.
One of the things I think Emma exhibits is what I call nobility, and the definition of nobility. She says that she wanted to be better than Lucy. I think you're setting your sights low. I think you set your sights low, because the definition of nobility isn't being better than anyone else. It's being better than you were yesterday. It's every time that you try, it's being better than you were and being the best version of you that you can be. And my girl, you are definitely that.
A bit of sense for a change by Mr. Winter, but I can't argue with that.
Shame you couldn't answer the comment with it.
Wow.
So, quickly moving on before this relationship takes it to another level of them two, and they'll be snogging in the ring next. I have another question.
I severely doubt that.
I have another question for you, Emma. COD Pro Wrestling wants to know, would Emma like to see the first ever all-female elimination match?
Definitely. That would be great. Yes, definitely.
I've got to admit, I'd like to see that too, actually.
So would I.
It would be, yeah. And obviously, you got yourself down to win it, Emma, I'll take it.
Easy stuff. Easy stuff.
Who would be your biggest threat in that?
I wouldn't really have a threat in there. I'll just go in there and destroy them all.
Wow.
Oh, there you go.
But as we know in elimination matches, sometimes
returns.
Sometimes there's a pairing up. Let's just say you're in there and you find yourself in with, let's say, Shorty, Naomi, Carrie, and let's just say Shannon the Cannon. Then what?
I take them all on. Like I said, I don't give up.
There you go.
Are you trying to insinuate, Aaron, that she hasn't made any friends?
Well, what I'm saying is, Dominic De Winter, my dear friend, is she's cutting herself off. Because really, she's got Morris's back. Morris has got her back. When Morris ain't there, who's got her back?
Incorrect.
Good question.
Incorrect, Aaron.
I don't need anyone to have my back. I don't need to be carried like you was, Aaron.
True. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But then really all you're doing is helping Morris win his matches by interfering. So I might be carried by people, but I never cheated to get the wins like you're doing at the moment.
At the end of the day, Morris could easily do it on it by himself as well. But the MBK stick together. And whether that's interfering with matches or not, who cares? Because I certainly don't.
So you're saying he'd interfere in the elimination?
No.
Mainly due to the fact that she knows he wouldn't need to.
I'm just asking a question.
I can do that myself.
Just asking a question, Dominic.
So you're saying it would be wrong for him to interfere in the female elimination because you are pro equal opportunities?
I didn't say that. I am asking a question.
I mean, you tagged with Lee for a while, so you're obviously pro equal opportunities.
True. True. I like the way you're picking on him when he's not here.
Yeah. Well, see him do it to his face.
I would have to bend down to do that.
He carried Aaron anyways.
Did he?
He did. Despite the fact that Aaron carried him during their finishing move. Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. Surely I carried him mostly on my shoulders.
Dropped him as well.
Yeah. We won't go through that one.
So injured him.
Dale, speaking truth, whether it's right or wrong, he speaks the truth. You've got to say that. Literally, Aaron, you are the reason that Lee visited Leicester Royal Infirmary.
No, I
Also,
wasn't.
It's also how Lee met the love of his life. I'm joking,
Let's quickly move on now.
Yeah.
Let's go with the YouTube then, Aaron. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
YouTube are just. I tell you what, there's a lot of shooting to and fro. Obviously, Morris. Obviously, we've got Morris and your lovely uncle on here, Emma, who's obviously firing shots right, left, and centre at the women that are in your range, let's say, which is obviously Naomi, Shannon.
What do you mean by range? What do you mean by range? Women that are in her range?
In the female category, Dominic.
I thought you meant that she was restricted because of a certain level. No. So you mean
See,
the
now
women that are those within the female roster?
You're just trying to stir things there, Dominic.
No, but you're saying that there are women within her range. I don't think there are any women within her range.
Well, I think there's women that are in her range to people like Shorty. Obviously, there's some unfinished business there. Do you not think?
She could whoop the butt of any woman on the roster. Sometimes, possibly most of the men as well.
Well, Shorty's got the title shot though. Shorty's got the title shot, not Emma though. So what does that say?
Yeah, well, Dale, you can just be quiet because you're quite irrelevant, and I don't like the look of your face. So just
Dale, I didn't mean to laugh.
We'll move on to the rest. We'll move on to the rest of the clowns in the group.
Definitely, it'll just be a two-person circus by the end of it.
Oh, Dale, I feel like you just got abused all night.
Aaron.
Yes, Dominic.
Should we go to YouTube?
I don't understand how.
I think we should have a game.
Go on then. What are your games?
Nathan?
I mean, we can do if you want it. I mean, there's no wrong with some fun. I think it might lighten the mood up because I feel like it's getting a bit heated in here.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what want to after that insult, to be honest.
But Dale, unfortunately, you don't get a choice because we're going to do it anyway. So I mean, it doesn't make a difference. And I think, you know what? Normally, because Emma likes to throw the shots, and also Dominic likes to speak his mind, we're going to play the new
only person
game.
With one.
Okay, we're going to play our new game.
Well, try to have one.
We're going to play our new game, which is Shooter.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to get you to play as Dom. We're going to play the other game with you, Emma. We're going to get Dominic to play Shooter. I think, Dominic, you've got an opinion that you aren't afraid to share. So basically this game is we're going to get all the people watching to comment a name. So a wrestler on the roster or someone on the roster, and you're going to give your one-word opinion on that person. Okay? And it's going to be quick fire. Right.
So it can only be one word. Only be one word, Mrs. De Winter.
Okay. Can that word be Dale?
Not an entire essay. Not an entire essay like normal. Like normal.
Okay, all right then.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play Shooter right now. So please, can you start commenting people on the roster that you want to hear Dominic Winter give his opinion on? One-word opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this game now. So Aaron, I'll do the read now this week. Just make it easier, if you want.
Are you saying that Aaron can't read?
No.
He struggles sometimes.
Okay.
Do.
So obviously there's a little bit of we're just waiting for the names to come through from the Galaxy on who they want to hear you go. Okay, here we go. Oddball.
Opportunist.
Go on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these fired in fast and quick. Shannon the Cannon.
Starter.
Cat Von Cage.
Veteran.
Tomby.
Family.
Dale.
Family.
Dan Evans.
It's got to be two words. Call me.
Taco.
Finished.
Will Starr.
Overrated.
Tom Lindsay.
Are there?
Okay, technical difficulties there again. Merseyside Mercenaries.
Hold on, let's go back to Tom Lindsay.
Sorry.
Tom Lindsay, legend. Thank you, mate.
Triple M, Marty Morgan Morris.
Potential.
Cleo.
Darkness.
Alex Connors.
Usurped.
Carrie.
Potential.
Naomi.
Future.
Kiara.
Money.
Andrew Bush. Shorty.
Damn.
Alfie Rogue.
Dynasty.
Mr. Richards.
Appreciative.
Gauge Rage. Jimmy Vice. Jimmy Vice.
You don't need to ask that. Exceptional.
Bashby.
Flair.
Little Susie.
Bested.
Leighton Sims.
Hooligan. Hooligan.
Yeah, we've got some more. Morris.
Adopted. And when I say that, I mean by CPW. I meant by CPW.
I was going to say, I was wondering where that was going. I was about to say, well,
This is what happens when you do a quick fire.
Okay, Niall Fairchild.
Adopted.
Jake Winter.
Who?
Drake Winter.
No, I said it. Who?
Oh. James Cross.
James Cross. Dynasty.
Danny Doherty. Dingo.
Airport.
Casey Wilde. Casey Wilde.
Illuminated.
Red Cup on Cage. Eli.
Believe.
Nadia.
Return.
Athena Fury.
Legendary.
Chantal Jordan.
Gosford.
Emma Cross.
Legendary.
And finally, Chicken Club.
Destroyed.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was this week's episode of Shooter with the straight shots fired, Mr.
That is difficult.
It is difficult to do it without that. We just want to let you know, obviously, you did mention one which got us all cracked up. Simon Morris has put wow, just wow, Taco gonna get you. And Richard Wood was put, go on, Taco, kick his butt.
I meant he'd been adopted by the CPW.
I think you got someone coming after you, Mr. De Winter.
What, Taco?
That sounds of it.
Really? That's the out of all that family, that's the one I'm least scared of. No, because he doesn't serve me my chips and gravy at the shows. It's the young lady. It's the young, beautiful lady that's behind the concession stand that I'm most scared of. When she says she's coming for me, I'll start to run.
I agree with you that one.
I can't argue with that one, to be fair.
Well, yeah. But I feel like I need to order you a shovel from Amazon and get it delivered to your house.
No. Don't order me a shovel. Just get me another flipping shopping trolley and park the van round the back.
I'll go and get the van.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have only got about half an hour left tonight. So do you get any more questions you have for Emma and for our co-host and guest tonight, Dominic De Winter? Because obviously, I say we have only got half an hour left. Okay, whilst we're on the games, let's carry on the game. So Emma, we're going to play a game with you now. You've seen this. You've seen this show. You know the show. You know you're coming up next. It's our favourite show, our favourite game, which is the word association game. You suck.
You suck.
Dale is our host for this, and Dale will explain the rules. Dominic, as you are a co-host though, and stepping into stepping into the shoes of Lee, that'd be impossible because he's got really small feet.
Yes.
As you are leads this evening, you will be taking part in the game, but as one of the members of Team Talking Madness and going up against Emma Cross herself. Okay.
Okay. Let's hope I don't say anything too
Dal,
bloody
do you want to explain
stupid.
the rules and the game? It's all right.
All right.
We've done that already tonight.
So you're over to me now, Dave. Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, mate. Right. So basically, it's a word association game, Emma. Basically, what we'll do, you have to play all three members of Talking Madness, and you have to beat them all. You got three. It's best of three, and what we'll have is somebody will give a word. You have to say something associated with it. You cannot repeat your word twice. You cannot hesitate. And if you do, we will stop it and we'll give the point to a team. It is best of three with all three members of Team Madness. Okay?
Yep.
You happy with that?
Yep.
Now, Dale.
Yep.
Shall we show the prize?
I want to see this prize.
First of all, I think we should show the leaderboard.
No, we'll put the leaderboard up in a minute because
Okay.
this prize, right?
Sorry.
This is. I had to go to the boss with this prize, and just to make sure he was happy with it. He is happy with it. Emma, I'm sorry, but here's your prize. If you win tonight, are you ready, Emma? Right, bear with me a second.
It's always interesting, these pictures.
It certainly is.
What the hell was that?
Oh,
Wow.
my
Okay,
goodness.
definitely to remove that off the screen right now.
Wow,
Where did you
Nathan, man?
Where did
What are you
you
doing?
find that? And I like how you cut.
But I can't see it.
You don't want to see it, Malcolm, to be honest.
I like how you photoshopped my ex out of it as well, which is amazing.
So,
The easiest way to get rid of a girlfriend is just Photoshop her out your life.
there's
Wow.
your prize.
Emma, you don't
What
want
the
that.
hell?
You don't want that, Emma.
Well,
Please.
Well, I want to lose.
Yeah, I
Look at those eyes. She's terrified. What have you done to
I
her?
feel like you need to remove that photo right now.
Practically been scarred for life.
Right, here's the
Yeah.
leaderboard, guys.
Emma, you win. I'll make sure that goes on a T-shirt that Nath has to wear.
Dominic,
I'd wear
can
that
I have one of them
t-shirt.
t-shirts?
I'd wear the t-shirt.
I think we all will.
Oh no. Oh, I
I'm
know
not-
I've got
oh,
I know
my
I've got
God.
some amazing photos, but I didn't think.
Oh, I've got more. I've got more of you, Nathan. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they'll just come later on in the year. Okay.
You really need to start removing these photos, Nathan, mate.
Right, I'm not going to because they're amazing. Right, let's get on with the game,
Or
guys.
stop
We haven't got
getting
long
into
left.
situations where they can be taken.
We need to crack on, guys. We haven't got long left, so let's get on
Okay.
with the game, please, Dan.
Right. Anyway, sorry, Emma, after the confusion. So you understand the rules, Emma?
Hello?
She understands.
Hello, can you understand the rules?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here's what we do. We'll start with Nathan. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll go first as you're our guest, Emma. Okay.
Okay.
And Dominic, Mrs. De Winter, can you give us our word, please?
Any word.
Just give us a word, any word, and they'll carry on.
Mushroom.
Carrot.
Vegetable.
Tomato.
Fruit.
Apple.
Pears.
Oranges.
Colour.
Blue.
Sky.
City.
Plane.
Car.
Wheels.
Steering.
What?
What?
I don't know. I'm not sure who won that one.
What did she just say? I didn't hear what she said. So
Steering.
Oh,
steering.
steering wheel. Oh, I definitely lose it. I thought she
Yeah.
said experience, and I was like, gotcha, wow, I
No,
got
I said
that
steering.
one.
Right. So
Oh, yeah, I definitely lose it.
you suck on that one, Nathan.
You suck, Nathan.
We'll give that 1-0.
It's just like you don't know what
I
to
suck.
say.
1-0 to Emma.
Oh, wow. Can't believe I lost.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
VAR's involved. Hang on.
Oh,
Oh, hold
okay.
on.
I mean, I definitely think I lost because I thought she said experience and I was confused. But if it's steering wheel, she wins.
While we're waiting for VAR, if you can just see on the screen, that is our leaderboard at the moment. Jimmy Vice leading the way as always.
As you would think, he's exceptional. I'm sure
Then-
Mr. Twinch would agree.
We've got Kat Von Cage second on 9, and then it's a three-way tie for third place with Will Starr, Sarah Skylark, and Niall Fairchild.
Oh,
So
Will
that's
Starr
a-
and Niall Fairchild involved in a three-way. Not something I expected to see tonight.
And as you can
Right.
see, there's only one champion on the Talking Madness team, and that's me.
Yes,
That's
because you've
correct.
won
Where are
more.
you?
You've won more. You've won more. No, it's just it's our own little leaderboard between the Talking Madness guys. Who's won the most amount of rounds, and he's
And
won more rounds against our guests.
Yeah, he's won most of the games that he's played.
Ah, I won
What?
because I said vegetable and she said tomato, and tomato is not a vegetable; it's a fruit.
No.
don't
And
know what
also,
fruit
seeing as
and
we live in England, it's a tomato.
Tomato.
Wait a minute. So VAR decided it was 1-0 to Nathan.
Yeah, Mr.
Well,
Richards.
we do apologise, Emma. VAR can't argue with that, unfortunately.
We give this and we take us.
So that's 1-0 to Nathan. Okay. So second game, Nathan to go first. Aaron, give us your word.
Boyfriend.
Single.
Wait, so I'm going against Nathan again?
Emma. Yes.
Emma.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
didn't know I
sorry.
was gonna-
Sorry. Before we start round again, it wasn't the fact that she said tomato. It was the fact that she went tomato.
Oh, okay.
Hesitation.
It was the bit. that
God,
got you
I'm the only
lost.
person old enough to
Okay,
remember
So
Timmy
yeah,
Mallet
so
doing
you
this.
so
No,
you
Aaron
basically play 2 out of 3 games if you get that far. You 1-0 down, you got to play Nathan again. If you beat him, it's 1-1, and then it's a game for the decider between you two.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Right. So sorry, Aaron, you might have to go again then, mate.
Yeah.
Give us another word.
We'll go new word, and we are going to say
Nathan goes first.
family.
Love.
Boyfriend.
Broken.
Heart.
Blood.
Water.
Liquid.
Drink.
Coffee.
Tea.
Hot.
Cold.
Ice.
Snowman.
Frozen.
Peas.
Veg.
Carrots.
Sunday roast.
Go to tomato.
Yorkshire pudding.
Gravy.
Meat.
Chicken.
Beef.
Lamb.
Pork.
Pig.
Sausages.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not sure he lost.
Well,
Because she said a word, I don't think I answered. So I'll have to-
I suppose, well, I mean, I suppose I should have stopped. There was a couple of double words in there, like, you know, Yorkshire pudding
what?
and stuff like that, but 2 words, but never mind.
Dom's just crying. Dom
I got invited on a wrestling podcast and we're talking Yorkshire pudding.
I
I
know.
didn't even know you can't have 2 words. I thought you could.
Dom left the screen.
I should have explained that to you, Emma. You can't have 2 words. But
Oh,
anyway,
I-
so
By the way,
so
I
didn't
said
know
2
you-
words first, so I lost.
you
one. I
did, you
said 2
did,
words first.
you did,
I said Sunday roast.
you did.
I lost then. 1-1.
So what all? We're not doing VAR. We're going to the final question, final one, yeah.
Oh, yay.
Dominic, you know how much looking forward to. You're up next, mate. So
What do you mean I'm up next? Do we
Emma.
continue through all of us?
Yes,
Yeah.
you've got a bit to
Yes.
get 12. How else do you think they get 12
Yes.
points?
yes,
So,
right. So
this is a
Right.
gauntlet.
Yeah, the gauntlet.
yes.
She goes runs the gauntlet. Right,
Right,
come on,
so-
final round.
right,
We've got to
so-
move on.
Right, so it's 1-1. Emma, you go first, and your word is Morris.
Love.
Cry.
Sad.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
get out of here, Nathan, man.
Nathan,
suck.
you suck.
You suck. That's basically what it is. You suck.
Love through him.
Because he never
Right.
loved anybody.
Right, so Emily, you got the win. That was 2-1 to you. You win that one. So well done on that one. Nathan, you do suck.
This is bloody mental.
Right then,
Was
Mr. De Winter,
Yes.
it's your go now.
Yes, because my wrestling intellect has got nothing better to do than a word association game.
Well, here it comes.
All right, as long as I get a bang on the head by a mallet and not the sledgehammer held by Mr. Richards, I'm fine.
Right, so remember, it says 2 out of 3. You can't say 2 words.
Okay.
Yes, there's 1 word. So 2 out of 3. Emma to go first. Nathan, give us your word.
Donkey.
Sorry, I don't get it.
Emma, you're to go first.
Who am
You
I
against
going
Dominic.
now? Oh,
You
okay,
against
okay.
Dominic.
It's all right,
Come
Emma. I'm
on.
in the same boat as you, my dear. I have
You-
no idea what these clowns are
You
doing.
versus me.
I don't-
You versus me. You versus me, Mr. De Winter. Then after that is you versus Aaron. Okay, but you're facing Dominic first. 2 out of 3. Okay, you've got to win.
Okay.
Right. So, right, we start again. Nathan,
She wasn't
Sorry,
listening,
once
so I said
again,
the same
mate.
word. Yeah, okay.
give
Donkey.
us.
Horse.
Shoes.
I can't. He lagged out. I can't hear what he said.
Shoes.
Boots.
Kick.
Football.
Oh my days.
1-0 to
I think
Emma.
I think that means you suck.
Right, let's go. Let's just move it on. 1-0.
Right,
Let's
okay.
go. Round
Okay,
2.
so 1-0 Emma. But Mr. De Winter to go first on this one. Aaron, give us your word.
Pride.
Nathan.
Socks.
Blows.
Wind.
Indigestion.
Disgusting.
Nathan.
No,
No.
Can't say Nathan
You
twice.
can't say the same word twice.
2-0 to Emma. She's
Yeah,
smacked
you
the shit
suck.
there. I definitely
You
think there was
suck.
hesitation at the start as well from Dominic when he said Friday. I
But-
think, he might not have heard it. It might have been a lag.
2-0. 2-0.
2-0. Unlucky Dom.
2-0.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, lucky, mate.
At
Yeah,
least
thanks for coming, mate.
At least he's kept the tradition of Lee not being any good.
Well, thanks for coming. Anyway, right. So,
Hold
Aaron.
on. Hold on now. Before we
Wait a minute.
start,
Yeah.
we got to look at Emma's scores now
Right.
and see where
on
she
8.
is. And if she's going to beat me, where she'll end up.
Well, if she beats you, she goes top.
Yes.
But-
Okay, so let's get on with it.
Right. So, Aaron, are you ready?
I'm ready. Born ready.
Right. Emma, are you ready?
Yeah.
You're playing Aaron
Aaron?
now, okay?
You better put in a good show on this one because I am not explaining to Jimmy that she's beating.
Right. So Emma, you're going first, okay? And Mr. De Winter, give us your word.
People,
Friends,
Family.
love,
Hate.
sad,
Cry.
tears,
Joy.
happy,
Sadness.
upset,
Emotional.
heartbreak,
Heartache.
What?
I thought they were going to say something.
I think Karen's hesitated a few times.
Yeah, I
on this
think you
one.
hesitated quite a bit there.
I
Sorry,
think
mate.
he's hesitated a few times on that. Dominic, do you also
Hold on.
agree?
VAR's in.
I think Aaron hesitated at least twice.
Well, apparently the VAR's in. We've got one fan saying the hesitation from Emma. So let's wait and see.
I mean, it's her right. It's her new rival.
I would have said that there was duplication from the word sad and sadness from Aaron as well.
Ooh, good shout.
It is very good.
No.
Sorry, I feel like I just became Team Dominic the Winter tonight. I really don't think
Because
he said.
sad and sadness are two different words.
You're the kind of person that just adds an S to the word on Scrabble, aren't you? You cheating mofu. Don't tell me you don't cheat.
No, see, I'm sorry, but I'm disagreeing with VAR here. Sad and sadness are two different words. Look it up in the
At the
dictionary.
end of the day, VAR final, and VAR
No,
says
VAR
Emma
got it wrong.
wins. Emma wins that
VAR.
one. 1-0 to Emma.
1-0 to Emma. Aaron,
Next
don't
round.
argue with VAR.
You'd be out of a job.
Right, anyway, listen, you're going first on this one. You're going first this one, Aaron. Okay? And Nathan, give us your word.
Pen.
Say again.
Pen.
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 N.
Marker.
Writing,
Scribbling.
words,
Sentence.
full stop. Oh shit, 2 words.
Ah, sorry.
She's got a
Sorry.
point.
Into a
yeah,
tiebreaker on
sorry.
this one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That is 2 words. I'm sorry. So I'm afraid on this occasion you do suck.
You suck.
You suck.
Right. So it's the final. It's the final one. It's the tiebreaker. Right. Emma, you to go first.
Dale,
your
are you in
word-
charge of the official side of things on this?
Well, that's what I'm here to try and do. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, Emma. It's not going to go your way.
You can see how successful I've been. About as successful as you've been. But anyway, anyway, sorry, Emma. Right, so you to go first. 1-1, and your word is wrestling.
Opponent,
Contest.
fight,
Did you say fight?
Yes.
Fight.
Just repeated it.
Win.
bout,
Trophy.
gold,
Silver.
shiny,
Oh, I've gone.
Ah!
Emma wins.
Oh, Emma!
Who won?
Woo!
Emma's top of the leaderboard with Jimmy
Emma,
Boyce.
you
So-
have done it!
Well done, Emma.
So, well done, Emma. Congratulations.
And I'm
Aaron,
sure you
you
had,
suck.
I'm
You
sure you had
suck,
no
Aaron.
doubt about that, Emma. You were going to
So, Emma,
win it.
Emma, congratulations. You have 12 points and you are
Congratulations.
you are joint top with Jimmy Vice. Jimmy Vice will like to mention every time, though, that he never lost a round. So technically is the number one winner. But end of the day, 12 points is 12 points. So
it is.
Jimmy Vice is standard, so.
What?
Whoa.
Mr. DeWinter, do you want to reply to that one?
No, well, if she wants to have 12 points and refer to herself as exceptional, then that's fine. But it is Jimmy Vice has 12 points as well. And she's going to say that he's standard. That puts you in the same category. I think we should leave this by the fact that you both put on exceptional performances and the fact that you know that someone lost on purpose.
Oh.
Oh, I think he's referring to himself, guys, because I didn't lose on purpose. You didn't lose on purpose, Aaron. That leaves only one person, which means he lost himself on purpose.
Your good man Morris sent me a little bit of a message before we came on tonight and told me that there were certain limbs that weren't going to be intact if I didn't.
So you took a bong?
So match fixing again.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Basically saying you're getting threatened by Morris. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Have we just had our first match fixing on Talking Madness?
Well, that's it. If it is, Nathan, should we really be giving her the points?
I mean, yeah.
Emma Cross. Yeah, you should.
She would have beat Lee anyway.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sure Jimmy might have something to say about it, to be fair.
So, yeah, we'll wait till hear what Jimmy has to say. Lads, guys, we've only got 8 minutes left.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Episode of Talking Madness.
Well, maybe you could put together a good match.
Maybe you can put together a winning team.
Let's talk about matches then. Emma, what has been so far today your favourite match that you've been involved in, the best match you've had so far in CPW in your opinion, and what's one future match that you definitely want to have?
My favourite match was definitely with Chantal. It was just a challenge and it was just amazing to step into the ring with her. And I would love to have another chance to step back in the ring with her, or someone like Kat Von Cage, even though she's the heel, but I'd still love to step in the ring with her. Like Nadia, Sarah Skylark, Kiara, anyone like that, I'd love to step in the ring with.
Well, you do have Sarah Skylark in the Women's Axeman Trophy. You have drawn her, so that match will happen at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay. Excellent. And whilst talking about matches then, Dominic, we did mention earlier you had that one match with Tom Lindsay. Let's quickly get from you, how did it feel going into that match? And how did you prepare yourself to go from being a manager to defending, obviously, your family and stepping in that ring and having that match? How was that match for you?
When that happened, I felt like I needed to do it, not just because Tom Lindsay had come at me and come at my family, but I needed to understand what you guys do. I needed, if I'm going to stand outside and I'm going to point out the fact that, you know what, I'd do things differently if I was you, then I needed to put my money where my mouth was and did it. And I'll be honest with you, Mr. Richards convinced me to do it. I'm so glad he did. Because until recently, until last month, actually, I'd never watched the footage. And I'll say this, it was the best experience I've ever had outside of my wedding day. But I've got to give it to Tom Lindsay for being a consummate professional. Time out. Man looked after me. I was 42 when I stepped in that ring. I could have ended up in a lot of trouble. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have done what we're doing. And people like Will Starr, people like yourself, Nathan, that gave me the advice about going out there. I completely loved every single minute of it. And then Mr. Richards had to come and take the bloody limelight from me.
So, Dominic, were you talking about the match with Tom Lindsay, which I saw as well? And a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't see it by going on demand. I seen it part of somebody coming for you by the looks of it, somebody from your past. And obviously I know you've seen the same promo video because I know you mentioned it. Who do you think it is?
We agreed we wouldn't talk about this.
Wow.
Well, I don't know who you agreed that with, so.
But then we agreed that Talking Madness would play fair, but by the sounds of it, you cheated on that. So everything's out of the game. So come on, Dominic, who is coming for you?
Who's after you? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait
have
a
we
minute.
touched a raw nerve?
I think we might have. I think he's done a runner, hasn't he, by the looks of it?
That's it.
I mean,
Oh, is that?
Emma,
You've got any insights on that, Emma?
Emma, do you have any theories?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
I mean, it could be one of many people that is upset.
There is a big list.
Maybe we'll find out this year.
Well, sorry, guys.
We won't find the answer out tonight, unfortunately.
Well, I think he's left us. I think he's left us completely now. By the looks of it.
Maybe the person just came and kidnapped him. We don't know.
Maybe.
Or Taco's got hold of him.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like I say, we haven't got long left, Aaron. So can we just go back to YouTube?
Let's get to the questions.
Is there any final questions for Emma, our guest tonight?
Well, while I'm looking up, I'm just going to say that straight after Talking Madness on the on our fans page, on demand, we will be showing the Lucia Lee versus Chantal Jordan versus Alfie Rogue and Emma Cross from 2020.
Oh, that would be the taping match that they did. The tag team match, yes.
Any thoughts on that match, Emma? While we look for any questions?
Do you remember that match?
I enjoyed that match, but my finisher got kicked out of, so wasn't too happy about that.
I remember you walked out on that match.
Yep.
Walked out on your partner, Alfie Rogue.
Yep.
So, well, I can't see no more questions now because it's frozen me out.
I found one here. So, we're earlier asked by Simeon Morgan Black. What is one aspect of Emma's development that she's working hardest on right now?
Just basically getting to where I want to get to. Just my goal, basically.
So you're improving everything every day then, basically.
Yeah.
To improve every day.
Yeah. Just keep improving and just don't give up.
I've got a question for you, Emma. 2021. Tell us what 2021 is going to be for you.
Top of the women's division.
And does that include dominating the whole of the roster with your other half?
Yep. MBK of the future CPW.
Very good.
Okay.
We'll look forward to seeing that, Emma. Like we look forward to seeing your journey so far. We look forward to seeing 2021 and watching you, as you say, destroy CPW and make it your own.
As she has said quite a few times on this podcast already.
Yeah, no, I mean, you spoke your mind tonight. You've told everyone how you feel about them. So whilst I'm looking to see if we have missed any more questions, what message have you got for everyone, for a leaving message for everyone, what they need to worry about, natural born killers and you?
Just don't stand in our way, because we will kill you. We will.
And for the women's division, what have you got to say to them?
If Paige wins that bout, I'm coming for it.
If Chantal retains, you're still coming for it as well?
And I'll go for it either way.
For
I want
Naomi?
that gold. Naomi, just stay aside for now, because you'll get your turn.
Carrie?
Carrie, she's just irrelevant at the moment.
Shannon the Cannon?
Oh, I almost forgot about her. Yeah. Irrelevant as well.
I mean, what about our linear women's champion, Kiara?
Well, I guess I could go to that bout too. I'd love to step in the ring with Kiara. So I'd easily try and take that bout off her.
So you could see yourself holding more than one bout in 2021?
Easy stuff.
Wow. Completely domination of the women's division.
You know what? I'm looking forward to watching you this year. I really am.
So you just said there, obviously, it's all about domination and taking over and being in control. Can I ask a question then? You don't have to reveal the actual answer. But then, do I take it then that you and Morris, as the Natural Born Killers, have a plan in place?
People will find out.
Okay. So they'll find out. So that's maybe you've got a plan, but you haven't come up with a plan yet, and you're not sure on the plan going forward.
All I know is MBK the future of CPW, and we will tear through the whole CPW roster.
Okay,
MBK, go on. Sorry, Nathan.
MBK
are obviously there's two of yous. Could you see yourself aligning yourself with, say, like the Winter Dynasty or the Coalition to help yourself gain a foot up in the ladder of your domination?
No, we I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously, Mr. Winston just said earlier on that that if Jimmy Voice managed to beat Morgan Black for the Galaxy Championship, Morris would be the next in line. So would you guys attempt to, I don't know, work together to make sure that happens, or?
Morris will go for anyone out of the males, and to be honest, anyone that stands in front. So if that bout is up for an option, Morris will go for it.
Wow.
Oh,
It looks like it's the year of the MBK, Nathan, would you say?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Morris just came on here and backed her up, saying we always have a plan. She's already told you our plan, total domination, MBK. So maybe the plan is just total domination. It's just however they feel needs be when it comes round to it. We've just been joined by Kiara as well, just at the end here.
Again, Kiara.
Another one that is obviously going to be on the machine's hit list, I guess, with the fact that she is now a champion. So I'm guessing your eyes are on her as well. Do you have a preference of which championship you go for, or you just want all the gold?
All the gold, I'm happy with taking.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here tonight. Emma Cross 2021 is going to be taking all the gold. MBK are going to be taking over full total domination. Emma Cross, we want to say thank you for joining us tonight. It's been very insightful. We've learned a lot. I think we all can agree that we understand your passion and your hunger for the violence. And we look forward with our eyes open for 2021 to see what you do and to see if total domination actually happens at the hands of the Natural Born Killers. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please give it up for our guest tonight, Emma Cross. We thank her for joining us. We thank you all those watching us especially those watching us from around the world. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your questions this evening. And we hope that you've enjoyed the show. And please remember, this Thursday, CPW is back with Next Gen Wrestling Moonlight episode 13 and is available for $7.99 and featuring all of your favorite CPW superstars. Remember, if you go into the chat on the right hand side, the link to buy the box office tickets are available right now, or you can go to www.coventryprowrestling.co.uk. Once again, this has been Talking Madness. We've had another amazing show. We were joined by our guest host and guest, Mr. Dominic De Winter, who unfortunately got scared off by a question from Dale. And we have been joined by our guest this evening.
How much of a shame that was.
We have been joined by our guest this evening, the Machine, one half of the Natural Born Killers, Emma Cross. I again have been.
Yes, thank you.
Lewis.
Thank you, Emma.
He's been Dale Richardson.
Thank you.
And the other one has been Aaron. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget, guys. Don't forget to keep on watching after this show for that match 2020 that we'll be playing.
Yes, that's
straight
correct.
afterwards.
Straight after this.
Carry on watching.
Straight after this, they will be showing, Coventry Pro Wrestling will be showing Lucia Lee and Chantal Jordan versus Alfie Rogue and Emma Cross. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Enjoy the match and enjoy your week.
Hope to see you soon, guys. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
See you later, everyone.
You want next to your best friend, and you put wrestling aside, these two girls are still best friends, and that is why they can get it done here tonight. But hey, Alfie Rogue is back. I'm so pleased to see Alfie Rogue back, CPW Women's Lineal Champion. He was on an absolute run before the COVID kicked in and kicked us all in the nuts.
And let's not forget Emma Cross. She's one of the newest. She's the newest member of the roster here in this match. But then she's been on an absolute tear, and she has in the past KO'd Lucia Lee for a big win.
Absolutely, Emma Cross is impressed me. Listen, we signed her to a multiple-year contract onto the main roster, and since then, absolutely awesome.
Well, I'm excited to see this match, a tag team match in the middle of a best of 5 series. What on earth will happen next to CPW?
We're about to find out. Let's send it over to our head announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is a tag team match scheduled for 1 fall, and it is part of the CPW Women's Division. Introducing first, the team of Chantal Jordan and the CPW Lioness, Lucia Lee. They are the absolute units!
I'm so looking forward to see how this absolute unit performs as a unit. I say what I said earlier in terms of their friendship, they've still got to prove that here tonight.
And CPW is a place where you can see everything. Up and down the country, these two have gone against each other. But CPW is giving you a best of 5 series, every kind of match, and then right in the middle of it, they're on the same team.
Absolutely. Here's the question that I have got. Yes, they're in the best of 5 series. However, it is 2-0 Chantal Jordan. 2-0.
That's going to play on Lucia Lee's mind right there.
To be honest, I won't want to fight both these girls. Absolutely not.
Introducing first, she is the Machine, Emma Cross!
As we said, Emma Cross, and that's the product of the last project.
exactly what CPW is made of.
CPW Lineal Women's Champion, Alfie
And she is back in CPW, back to CPW Moonlight, the CPW Lineal Women's Champion, Alfie Rose.
Well, that is
But imagine this, Mr. Richard. If Lucia Lee or Chantal Jordan gets a pinfall over Alfie, they're going to want a title shot. But they're in the middle of a best of 5.
absolutely. All the stakes are there to take her. And we haven't seen Alfie Rose in so long. She looks amazing. Welcome back. Welcome back. No worries, welcome back.
She knows she looks amazing, and it's going to help when you've got that lineal championship to come in with. That always makes them feel better.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if Alfie Rose took 3 years off and been beaten for injury, she would still remain as lineal champion. Because to beat her, you have to get it done in that ring.
And Mr. Richards, let me bring up the family connections right here. Emma Cross, she's got hopefully some training and leadership from James Cross, one of CPW's best. With Chantal Jordan, it's almost the inverse. Do you think she had a little bit of worry as her brother got absolutely smashed earlier on?
Absolutely. But for Emma Cross, that side, one of the massive opportunities. This is the first time Cross has been in. Lucia here. Oh! Welcome back, Alfie Rose.
Alfie started with a headlock, but Lucia Lee managed to catch the clothesline and absolutely plant the foot to the face of Alfie Rogue.
This is the first time, as I was saying, the first time Emma Cross has been in the Sharks of the women's division.
Big forearm in the corner, followed by the back elbow. Snapmares are out. And a drop kick to the back of the head from Lucia Lee.
Cover. Kick out.
And Alfie immediately looking for that tag.
The last time these met. Oh, what? She's tagging each. This is the first time ever. Absolutely excited about this right now.
First time matchup, Chantal Jordan and Emma Cross.
I know for a full well that this was a dream for Emma Cross to be standing across the ring from Chantal Jordan.
Well, it might not be anymore as Chantal rains down forearms, then kicks, then a spinning kick, and a knee. The strikes just don't stop, and Chantal's looking for a suplex, but she just can't get her up. Oh, Alfie Rogue saves the day. And now all 4 women are in.
Dreams come true. I'm not sure right now that's a dream that Emma Cross needs. Let's go.
Well, here comes both both Emma Cross and Alfie Rogue through a clothesline. Chantal and Lucia ducked out the way in 2 head kicks.
Guess what we noticed there?
And here they go. They're looking for the dive. Cut off at the pass is the absolute unit.
Chantal out, Alfie Rogue stumbling back, Emma Cross in, Lucia Lee down. Everyone's feeling this match. It's been hard hitting from the get-go. This is what we would like to see.
Mr. Richards, I've got to ask where you get these referees from, because Lucia Lee's not the legal woman right now.
He's lost control.
He's lost control, and he's been having a tough night all the way. But Lucia looked for a tag, and nobody's there.
Absolutely.
Back elbows in the corner. European uppercut. Snapmare out in the corner.
Alfie Rogue. How impressive is Alfie Rogue right now?
Right in the chin. 2. And you know what's impressing me most? This is Alfie Rogue's first match in months, thanks to the COVID lockdown.
I'm thinking she may have liked me, and she's been wrestling every week since this. She looks so impressive.
She doesn't look like she's lost a step, that's for sure. Lucia trying to fire away back out, but big forearms from Alfie Rogue. She sends Lucia Lee off. Oh, smart. She follows it straight up. She doesn't want to give Lucia space. Fantastic. Following it up with those big forearms, using the momentum, but not giving her a chance to breathe.
Very super impressive, yeah.
And you know, if you give Lucia space, she's going to look for that tag, and Alfie Rogue's not going to let it happen. A seated back elbow from Alfie Rogue, and Lucia's reaching for it. She's in that corner. Smart from Alfie Rogue. Look at her up.
Manhandling Lucia Lee. How would you think Lucia's confidence is coming into this kind of match?
Well, she's lost 2 in a row.
Exactly.
I think she's got to think that she needs to prove herself to Chantal more than anything.
Big
a suplex, and she's got to get her out of that corner.
She's got to take her away from there.
And that was almost the inexperience of Emma Cross right then. She almost threw Lucia Lee right into a tag.
Big kick to the back.
But she manages to get back on top.
Every second in this kind of company is a learning experience for Emma Cross. Without doubt, she's probably learned more in this match than she has for previous matches.
And we know Lucia and Chantel are friends.
Yes.
We know they're best friends, but they're also rivals.
Yes.
If Chantel's there, watching Lucia take all that punishment, does that help her in the best of 5?
Absolutely. Listen, Chantel's sitting in a great position. She's 2-0 up, one more, and she's home and dry.
And if you know what, if Lucia Lee takes the pin right here, I mean, it's not good for Chantel's team, but it's going to really help her in the best of 5.
Come back.
Northern Light suplex there from Alfie Rogue.
So impressive, Alfred. If she hasn't been in the ring somewhere else, probably Dubai. I'm sure they still do in Dubai.
She's
Then
definitely
she's been doing something because I've never seen her so impressive.
and an enziguri from Lucia. And Mr. Richards, you're right, almost everyone who came back after this lockdown period looked like they'd missed a step, apart from Alfie Rowe.
Absolutely. I think she's been over on Yaz Island with them UFC people doing some combats. She looks so
She makes a
impressive.
tag to Emma Cross. What a tag! Chantel Jordan. Roundhouse. And they absolutely landed Mr. Richards. Here she comes in the corner. Running knee.
So if you're Lucy and watching this, what do you think?
Well, you know what? You were getting whooped, and Chantel saved the day. That's got to play on your mind.
Go back! Oh, great save there.
It's got to be on your mind that Chantel's the one looking impressive.
Absolutely.
And what's Lucia looking for? Headbutt.
Look at that.
Now we're seeing some unity from the Absolute Unit.
Are these the absolute kicks?
Raining them in. And they're firing up. Duck. A duck from Emma and Alfie, but it wasn't enough.
There's nowhere to hide in that square circle. Absolutely not.
Tag back into Lucia.
Match, tremendous.
Look at this. Lucia looks home, but Chantel tagged her back in anyway. She's making her work so that she's one step ahead in that best of 5.
I think you just like to be the devil's advocate. Lovely cut there from Emma Cross. Cover her.
I just know what I'd be
Victory
doing
here.
if I was in the ring with a rival. And that could be it. What a shock it
Stop
would
playing
be.
devil's advocate. You're doing it with the Mafia, now you're doing it with the Absolute Unit. They're on the same page right now.
Well, when the Mafia come out later, we'll see if they're still together, Mr. Richards, because I don't think so. Wait, where's Emma Cross?
Where's Cross going?
Where's Cross going? Emma Cross is gone.
She did this last time against Lucia, just left. She's left the lineal champion.
A double arm DDT from Lucia Lee. 1, 2, 3.
What a tremendous match that just was.
And a message has been sent from Lucia. She is back on the winning streak. Can she get the win against Emma, against Chantal, next time?
I'm not sure that was the kind of wild factor that Alfie Rowe was looking for back in there. Great performance. And how devastating was it there for Alfie Rowe.
And a hug.
Hold on, what's going on here?
Whoa. A hug from the Absolute Unit, but now Lucia's got that lineal title. Wait a second, Chantel wants a piece of it.
Oh, Alfie Rowe, she's not having none of that.
Well, Alfie Rogue's right, it's still her title right now. And Alfie Rogue's right again. Emma Cross walked right out on this match. That's how they got the win.
Is it just one girl?
But Chantal makes an excellent point. How can Lucia Lee have a title shot if Chantal beats her in the best of 5?
Everything's up in the air right now, but one thing is for sure, just witness a tremendous women's tag match.
And the women's division's in absolute chaos, Mr. Richards.
It's great action. Tremendous.